Here at Bridgeford, we make all of our products with 100% American beef and pork. We source everything exclusively from the United States for our beef jerky, pepperoni, summer sausage, and salami.
We've always focused on having the highest quality products. We do that by investing in new cutting-edge technology while still trying to maintain the old world values that our great-grandfather instilled in us.
Being a family company, we like to think of a lot of our products as being for family occasions and get-togethers. We like to think of our products being made by our family for your family.
Hi, this is Josh McMurray. I'm the city manager for the city of Oakley. We're located on the Delta. We have a beautiful shoreline, and we really want to promote the city as the gateway to the Delta and showcase everything that we have to offer. We have a beautiful downtown that's expanding, brand new restaurants. What we're trying to do is build that brand to make sure that people know that you can come to Oakley and you can do everything that you want associated with the Delta, and you can still stay here, eat here, and have a good time in a very family-friendly and safe environment.
Forged from the harshest environments, Dakota lithium batteries are built to endure. Engineered with lithium iron phosphate, they give you twice the runtime, at half the weight, last 5 times longer, and provide exceptional lifetime value.
Let's go!
Backed by an 11-year warranty, they keep you on the water from sunup to sundown. Go further. Last longer. Play harder.
The news continues.
Right now, news moves fast, unlike anything we've seen before. So we have to be ready.
Ready to get it to you when it happens and with the smart context you need.
Dish customers can stream us live anytime, anywhere. With the Dish Anywhere app and the Fox News app, we're there.
With real news and real honest opinion, and it's all included in your Dish service, so you don't miss a moment.
With the Dish Anywhere app or the Fox News app, you can watch live breaking news anytime, anywhere.
Hey, Northern California bass anglers. Ready to elevate your fishing game? Ford Fairfield partners with Bass Angler Magazine to offer top-notch trucks tailored for your needs. Our simple pricing ensures a fair deal and exceptional service. We live and breathe bass fishing, participating in local tournaments to understand exactly what you need so you never miss a good bite. Visit Ford Fairfield today and let's hit the water together.
It's a sure bet. You'll get lucky at Gold Country Casino Resort, where players are treated and winners are made. Getting lucky is the only thing on the menu. And nightlife, it's more than entertaining. After you've won, sharing your luck has never been more comfortable. Bet you'll get lucky at Gold Country Casino Resort.
Competitive anglers powered by Mercury ProXS outboards have won more bass fishing tournaments than all other brands combined. With lightning-quick acceleration, legendary reliability, and lightweight design, ProXS has everything you need to travel farther, faster, and harder.
It's the moment when everything is on the line and precision, power, and control make all the difference. A moment over 20 years in the making, anchored on loyalty, trust, and support that goes beyond all expectations. A relentless pursuit of perfection. all born from a revolutionary idea to help you rule the water. Power Pole.
Hey folks, pro bass fisherman Mark Lassane here. My garage was completely cluttered with outdoor gear, but then I discovered StoreQuest self-storage. Now check out my space. It's like my own personal oasis. All my fishing rods, my gear have a home away from home. With everything neatly organized, I can spend more time doing what I love. Thanks to my StoreQuest unit, I've decluttered my life and made room for adventure.
Tackle Warehouse has been the premier online tackle shop since 2003, with a huge selection of not only the latest and greatest from the biggest brands, but the hard-to-find regional specialties as well. Tackle Warehouse. Click, save, fish.
Welcome in to the Bass Boat Technology Bam Trail Super 60. We are here at Lake Don Pedro, and we are presented by The Chicken Ranch Resort and Casino, as well as always, Tackle Warehouse. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody here, thanks for showing up and supporting us. We really appreciate that. It is Saturday, and we started this tournament with 69 boats on the water. And if it's Saturday and there's 69 boats out there today, that makes today the most feared day in all of bass fishing. It is cut day. We're going to go from 69 boats today down to 10 tomorrow for Super 60 Championship Sunday. In just a little bit, we're going to have them start to come in. They're going to weigh in, and we're going to see who's going home and who's going to be here tomorrow. 5 on the keeper count. 5 on weight. Are you ready to see who it is? Just keep holding on for just a second. Mark, let's come in and talk about this a little bit, man. The weather has been beautiful all day. It's been changing a little bit this week. These guys have seen the fish moving. They said they've seen them. I talked to them on the stage right here. They said, I've seen some big ones. Guys like Greg Gutierrez says, I'm holding out on those fish. But you know what? If you don't make it past cut day, you don't get to get those fish. So it don't matter. So there's a strategy out there that these guys, these anglers, the top anglers on the West Coast, they have a strategy. Some of them do. Some of them said, I don't have a strategy. I'm just going fishing. I'm going to keep my bait wet and go out there. Zach Thompson, quote unquote. So, you know, when you look at that and you were out there filming today, we've seen some fish catches. How has it been? Has it been like, hey, these guys are stroking them right now? Or is it, you know what? There better be a lot of guys going for numbers.
It's a little different day. So you look at we have really high clouds, high pressure, sun.
Okay.
So that means the fish bit in the morning. Pretty sure they bit good for most of the guys early in the morning.
Now, yesterday that was a totally different thing because almost everybody said, I'm sleeping in. I don't want to get out here till like 10 o'clock because they weren't biting yesterday before 10 o'clock. Almost every angler said that to a T.
Well, we had cloud cover. Cloud cover, and his fish didn't move up till later. Now, 2 things. One, early morning bite when, post front day like this, right?
Okay.
But you also have spawning fish.
Right.
So these fish have, it's in their nature to move up and spawn. They're spawning fish. Okay, I was out in several boats today, and the frustrating part is when you're in a boat and you look down and you see a 3-pounder and the guy's going right by it, and you can't go, hey, you missed one. I can't say anything, but I saw several. I was with some guys that were fishing for bedfish.
Okay.
And we saw quite a few. They saw quite a few. Austin Bonjour, he has a really good method, right? He's throwing up Wacky Cinco out, and he's looking for bedfish down the bank. And he'd see a spot. He'd see a little light spot, here at Don Pedro. When they clean the bottom, it kind of turns white.
Okay.
Like at Lake Berryessa, it turns dark.
Right.
Just a different consistency in the bottom.
Different water, different rock, different structure.
You get like a little shiny spot. So you'd go and you just kind of go down the bank. You'd see a shiny spot, and then when you see a little black spot in the middle of that, that's a fish.
Okay.
And he would see the fish, and then he would just casually go past that fish, pick out a landmark on the bank, go down the bank a little ways, turn around, go right at that landmark, and catch him. And he caught several that way. So got him on camera. It's pretty cool.
That'll be good to see.
Caught Craig Gong. You know, he worked on this fish. You know, and I thought it was probably going to be too small, which would have been really a bummer, you know. After you work 15, 20 minutes on a fish and it's too small. But he did end up catching it, and it was like 14.25 inches. So
wow, okay.
Perfect for him. You know, there's some guys throwing reaction baits. And I know they caught some this morning doing that, throwing jerk baits. And, you know, I don't know if they're throwing anything else, but most guys are throwing jerk baits. They're catching them up shallow. I'm sure the jerkbait bite was good this morning. I was out with a couple scopers, and you know the whole live scope thing. Some guys don't like it, you know, but there's really an art and a science to it. Okay, it's if you're looking at a live scope, right, and you're out looking at a target, you're looking at something, and you're going to fish that target, or you're looking at a fish, and you're looking at fish that you never would have seen before, which is pretty cool, I think, right? Or if you're not using it at all, you have to have a different methodology. You know, you go out and use your regular depth finder, and you find a tree, and then you back off, and you fish the tree. The cool thing with live scope is that you can scan around and see the tree, and you can see the fish. So I was out with a couple scopers this morning, and it was neat to watch them. One guy, and I have it on film, he's talking about it, he goes, "That's a carp." I go, "You can tell that's a carp?" Because I mean, I've been using live scope since it came out, but I can tell some fish, but you know, a carp is long and skinny. He goes, "Oh, it's too big. Look at it." And you can see when you're using a Garmin live scope, you can see the tail moving. So he goes, "That fish is too big. It's a carp." You know, and he's like, "Watch." He throws out there and the fish swims off. Yeah. So it was that was pretty cool. But it's an art and a science to it. You know, so much negativity around it.
Right.
It's just, I mean, a lot of guys don't like it. I mean, I'm an old guy. I love live scope. I mean, I think it's really cool. I like using it. It's fun. For me, it's fun. For some guys, it's not. And, you know, that's fine.
Well, and that's part of the thing that, you know, we look at. We'll just call them the back Easters, right? So the back East tournaments out there, they've had nothing but controversy with this. We have not involved this. You've chosen to say, I don't care what you do. If you know, everybody can have it, right? Everybody can use it, and you can use it, learn it, do it, whatever. It's not the game changer of the world. Like, this isn't going to make you a better fisherman just because you have it on your boat. There was a bait that came out a few years ago, or quite a few years ago now at this point, the A-rig. They wanted to ban A-rigs all over the world. You know, oh, you can't use them. It's going to finish. You know, this will change tournament fishing forever. Nowadays, it's just another tool in your arsenal, right? And I'm imagining that eventually this will just be another tool in your arsenal.
You know, I'm hoping all the drama around it goes away.
If you don't start the drama, right, there is no drama.
Yeah. You know, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm you know, as a owner of the tournament circuit, I'm a wait and see. You know, I like it.
Right.
But if there's enough controversy from enough anglers that don't want it, then, you know, maybe we'll make a change. But right now we're just gonna keep going on and wait and see.
Okay.
But anyway, so
let's get back to what's going on out there a little bit, right? You know, you're coming up here. We have cut day. We've got some guys here. I mean, Greg Gutierrez has 39 keepers. Let's talk about that a little bit. He went out there, and his strategy was obviously he's in 6th place with weight, 1662. And I think when you catch 39 fish, you're going to have good weight eventually. It's just going to kind of work out that way, right?
You would think, yeah.
Yeah. So he goes out, he gets 39 fish. He's sitting pretty good to make that cut for Championship Sunday. He's got to catch, what do you think, 10, 15 more, and he's probably going to qualify.
If he catches 10, I think he has nothing to worry about.
One of the things that a couple of the anglers, probably 5 or 6 of them, talked about yesterday was double qualifying. Let's explain that a little bit. When they double qualify, what does that mean for another angler? I mean,
that means the other angler would move up. But the way it works is first place is weight, second place is keepers, third place is weight, fourth place is keepers, you know, and so on down the line.
So if you double qualify and you were the number 1 guy on weight, but you were third in keepers, that means that you're off the keeper count, and we just fill that in, right?
Right. So whoever, so the first place guy in keepers is going to be second.
Okay.
Right? Unless he has a higher weight than the first place guy. So the highest weight is first. The highest keepers is second. The second highest weight is third.
Okay.
Now, if that guy is second in keepers, right, he's still going to be third in weight. And now his keeper count goes away and the next guy moves up.
Okay. I mean, that's probably still a little hard for people to understand, but that's okay. Keep paying attention. You'll kind of see how it works. And we don't want you to, think that, we're trying to make this difficult. It's not actually difficult. And when you see it, it'll come through. Now, one of the other things that we've been asked a lot of these questions, is the keeper count out there. People can watch on Turney X and watch how the anglers are doing. Is there anything that says they can't put in their Turney X? Do they have to put in their Turney X? What's going on with people and how they do that?
Everybody has to put it in. Once you catch a fish, you have to put it in Turney X.
Okay.
Okay, because if you not put it in Turney X, it gives you a competitive advantage, which is not fair, because now you get more time to fish than the next guy that is doing that in Turney X. Plus, when you put it in Turney X, the judges and the camera crew can see where these guys are, so we can go out and find them, and we can film them. We're putting on. This is a TV show.
This is a TV show.
We need to find these guys so we can film them. So that's that's the deal. So
all right. Is there any exceptions to that rule?
If the fish
no signal, anything like that.
Well, if there's no signal, what we do is in Turney X there's two different boxes.
Okay.
One is a live well. One is a leaderboard. For the fish to count on the system has to be on the leaderboard.
Okay.
If they don't have a cell signal, it'll come up on their app and they can submit it to the live well.
All right.
Right, and then when they get cell service, they can just move that one to the leaderboard.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. So same process. I mean, maybe one more step for them later, but the last step to move it from live well to leaderboard is pretty fast, pretty easy.
Okay, so as soon as they get to service, they switch it over to the leaderboard, and they're counted for at that point.
Yes.
Because there's always going to be places out here right now with all the technology and everything else we got. I'm sure eventually it won't be in it. Every boat will have Wi-Fi on it for all we know, right? But the way this is kind of going out here right now, it's just another piece of the process. But I think we're going to see some good weights today. I mean, we had, like you talk about, now we've got some high pressure. Do you think that's going to turn the bite off for these guys, or do you think it's going to turn it back on? Is it going to push fish up onto the beds? What's the overall? I mean, if you're thinking about it, you're just the average guy, the average angler that wants to go out, catch some fish. What are you going to tell them right now to do if they're coming up here to fish after this tournament's over? I mean,
I'm going to say, these fish are going to be at all three stages here shortly.
Okay.
Right now they're pre-spawn, spawn, and there's probably a few that are done. Not a lot, but there's probably a few that are done. So, around this time of year, you can almost fish however you want. You want to go down the bank and throw a jerkbait and a spinnerbait and a wacky Cinco. Just get on the bank and go, and you can catch them. I was with a couple guys that did that today. So, and then I was guys out, like I said, out scoping out way off the bank. So, but if you want to just come here and catch fish, you know what? Throw a worm, a jig, a crankbait, a jerkbait, a spinnerbait, and just go down the bank. If the wind's blowing, throw a jerkbait and a spinnerbait. If it gets slick calm, throw a wacky Cinco.
Okay.
And like I said, there's a lot of fish up, a lot of spotted bass in this lake. So the spotted bass, even when they're spawning, you can throw a wacky Cinco and you're going to catch them. If they don't see you first, you have a lot better shot at catching them. And, you want to sight fish for them, you can look, you can find these fish and sight fish for them. Like I said, if it's windy, they're hard to see. But when it slicks off and gets calm and flat, the bed fishing is pretty good, pretty easy.
Okay.
So.
Well, Mark, I'm looking over my shoulder here, and I noticed that we got some anglers coming in. The tanks are starting to fill up. We're going to start weighing some fish. So I have just one last question. Yesterday, there was a 12.92 caught right there by Sean Minderman. What do you think today? Do you think that 12.92 goes down the thing, goes down the road, and somebody brings in a bigger one?
12.92 is the biggest fish we've ever weighed on the BAM stage. So I don't think so. So
okay,
I don't think anybody's going to beat that. Somebody might have a 7 or 8 pounder. I would think.
Well, Adam 2 weeks ago had a 10. Now it's a 12, almost 13.
Well, Adam found
Can we
a big one today. I heard that.
Uh-oh.
But I don't know if he caught
You know,
it.
I gave him a little bit after the tournament. I gave him a little bit about, you can't let somebody smack you around. You had a 10, and now somebody's got a 13. You can't just let them knock you around like that, Adam. You got to go out there and get a bigger one. So maybe he took that to heart. Maybe he catches that fish. Maybe he comes in. Maybe we see a 14. What do you think, everybody? You want to see a 14, 15-pounder caught on Don Pedro? This is your lake. That's right. You hear everybody out here. They want to see it happen, and I think one of these guys over here might have it. That he's shaking his head no, so he's already given up. I don't like to see it, Randy. All right, well, I'll tell you what. We're going to tell this gentleman behind us to take us to commercial, pay some bills, and when we come back, we're going to start weighing some fish. Right. Thomas, take us to commercial.
Bass Angler Magazine brings you more. If you want to learn the latest techniques, win your next bass tournament, or simply catch more bass, then Bass Angler Magazine is for you. From California to Florida, finesse to frogging, Bass Angler Magazine is jam-packed with how-to information from the world's best pros. Published every
The newest addition to the Basscat STS family is here. Introducing the Caracal STS, showcasing aggressive styling paired with enhanced performance and a continued dedication to raising the bar. Measuring in at 20 feet 2 inches with an ultra-wide 96-inch beam and rated for a 250 to 300 horsepower engine, the Caracal STS boasts agility and speed and is finished with premium features to satisfy any angler. Basscat Boats. Feel the rush.
Randall and I want to talk to you real quick about choosing the right electronics mount for your bass boat.
And we know the quality and effort that Van Foster has put into this company.
So what you get is a custom fitted mount, not some mass produced universal mount for every bass boat out there.
Seat pedestal plugs, tool holders, steering wheel spacers, and battery trays are all made with the same attention to detail that Bass Boat Technologies is known for. Check them out at bassboattech.com. You'll be glad you did.
Tackle Warehouse has been the premier online tackle shop since 2003, with a huge selection of not only the latest and greatest from the biggest brands, but the hard-to-find regional specialties as well. Tackle Warehouse. Click, save, fish.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail Super 60, and it is brought to you by the beautiful, wonderful, absolutely amazing Chicken Ranch Casino and Resort. Been staying over there, loved it out there. It's a great place to be. I love the fact that it is 100% smoke-free. You go in there, and you can actually enjoy being in there. And we're always brought to you by Tackle Warehouse as well. And today, 100%, we are standing at Lake Don Pedro, and the Lake Don Pedro Recreation Agency has taken very good care of us. They have a beautiful facility here and a wonderful place to have a tournament, and we want to thank them very, very much. Right now, I've got some anglers that want to weigh some fish. I've got a guy standing over here, already shaking his head no that he didn't catch any big fish. He's out of Bakersfield, California. Let's bring him on up here, Mr. Randy Maccabee. Come on up, man. Now, Randy, I don't know if this is right or not, but it says right here that you had 24 keepers yesterday, 27 today. And if you don't know how to do the math on that, that's 51 keepers, man. Great job out there. Now, we're going to weigh your best five. Your best five today are going to go 1169. We're going to add that to the 1653 you had yesterday. Now, I think we talked yesterday. You said you were doing keepers. That was your thing. You didn't think weight-wise, but we're going to have a couple of those. Grab a couple of them out. Hold them up real quick. Let's stand over here real quick, right there where it says stand here. Perfect. All right, now you talked about keepers yesterday. You talked about weight, and I think you said, you know what, I'm going to go with keepers. You did a great job of keepers.
I woke up this morning, I caught a 5 and a 4 yesterday morning first thing, and I thought, well, I'm going to explore and see if I can't catch quality. Ended up catching decent weight yesterday, but when the weather forecast came out and it's supposed to be overcast this morning, and I rolled out of bed and it was full, the sky was full of stars. I put all the big boy stuff away, and I pulled out a little 10-foot diving crankbait. I put my boat in 5 to 7 foot of water. I caught over 100 fish today, so many line burners. It went 13 7/8, and I ended up with 27 that would touch a line.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I look down there and see 51 on that screen, that's a great way to start. It's a great way to be. There's a lot of more anglers coming in that are probably going to have some good weight, and they're going to have some numbers. How are you feeling right now about making the Super 60 Championship Sunday tomorrow?
My goal was 25 today. I caught 27. So whatever it is, I'll be happy with what I did.
All right, Randy, thank you very much. Let's hope you're here tomorrow. That is great numbers right there, everybody, and it is looking good. Starting off with some great numbers, 1038 yesterday. He needs 1263 right now to make it in the top 5. Let's bring up Granite Bay's own Mr. Tony Franceschi. Come on up here, Tony. That's right. Give it up, everybody. You don't got to be quiet. You can be loud. I'm recording it. I want to hear you guys out there. Tony wants to hear it out there. He loves the support. All right, Tony. It says you've got 32 keepers out there. You're looking for weight right now, 1038. Great weight today, 1378. Great job out there, man. Now, that's going to move you over. 1378, you need 1263 to make the cut. So on the weight right now, you're in the top 5. On the keeper side, you're right on the bubble, man. 32 is 5th right now. How you feeling about tomorrow?
No, I'm not going to make it.
You're not going to make it like the car's out of gas or what?
No, I didn't catch enough. I was going to go for keepers today, and the weather forecast was calling for clouds in the afternoon, and I really thought that afternoon bite was going to come on. So that was my plan. Clouds never came, and I tried to adjust. I caught a lot of fish, just caught a lot of short fish, and I just didn't get the keepers. I didn't care about the weight because I wasn't in it for weight. So I fell short. I'm going to fall short on both keeper count and weight, but I left it all out there. Enjoyed 2 days of great fishing. It was beautiful out there, and I can't complain.
All right, Tony. Great job out there. Thank you very much, and we'll see you at the next event. Thank you very much for giving it up for these anglers. They go out there and do a great job. It is not easy to do what they do out there, having to deal with the weather changes, the water changes, the way these fish are acting. But they go out and do a really, really good job for you. Just waiting for my weighmaster to make it back up here before I call up Meridian, Idaho. Daryl Okamika. That's a hard. I look at that thing every time, and it's like I'm not sure to get the first one. Welcome to the stage, man. Now, it says you need 916 right now to make it on the weight side. You had 23 keepers. Did you go for weight today mostly, or were you just like fishing?
I just went fishing. I didn't have any way to catch keepers or anything, so I just fished what was in front of me and brought in what I could.
Well, what you could do was 5 fish to go 11-11. Good weight. It's going to put you over there right now, going to give you about 15, 16 pounds. That's going to keep you just off on the weight side, and the 23 is probably going to be too low for that. You want to hold a couple of those fish up and just get a picture. All right, there's some Don Pedro bass. All right, let's talk about this a little bit because it's cut day, so you're not going to be here tomorrow at this point, man. That's all I can say. I'm sorry for that, but you just won't be.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. You try and do what you can. You take what's given to you and do the best, and that's exactly what I did today. My wife. My wife's my biggest sponsor. I appreciate her. She's the one that lets me get out of town and do this stuff. So, got about a 10-hour drive back to Meridian to go see my kids.
All right, man. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us, and we will see you at the next event for sure. Super 60 angler right there. Everybody, this is brand new. Super 60. Last year it was just the Pro Tour, no big thing, right? Mark put on a great event, but he changed it up and said, these are going to be my Super 60 anglers. He let 69 in, but that's still 60s, so we're good. All right, at a T-Guard, Oregon, let's bring him up, Mr. Bo. Not going to call that one out. Fletcher, come on up here, man. All right, now, between His middle name has been a thing for us, and Bo, you need 20 pounds and 7/6 ounces to make it on the weight side. You have 11 keepers. You're going to need, what, 20-something keepers, man. You had 1045 today. I don't want to do the math. I didn't come up here to do that. Let's take a couple pictures real quick, and then we'll talk about your day a little bit. This is cut day, so everybody's going to get a little bit to say if they're going to go home, which unfortunately Mr. Fletcher here is not going to make it tomorrow. Great job, though, man. He's out there still catching fish. He puts in the effort. You come out here, he wants to say some things to his sponsors, wants to say some things to his wife at home. Please say some things to your wife good about me at home. That's all I got to ask, Bo.
Absolutely not. First of all, Don Pedro, this is a beautiful, beautiful reservoir. I want to say thanks to Brandon. I don't know if he's here today, but Don Pedro and Chicken Ranch for taking a chance on BAM and getting us all down here to fish. This place kicks my butt, but it sure is gorgeous. I wanted to especially say thanks to my sponsor, Les Schwab. I'm sure all of you guys know the famous yellow sign. Those guys, it's really great sponsorship for me because I drive from Oregon down to California, down to Arizona, and I probably pass 20 or more of them on the road. So it's a good peace of mind for me, and they just are great guys with good customer service. So thank you all for having me.
Bo, thank you for coming down and being a part of this. We appreciate it. You're a Super 60 guy, and you're just a super guy in general. All right. See you in Arizona, man. All right. Our next angler is going to need 1092. He had 1809 yesterday with 29 keepers. Let's bring up Auburn, California's Bill O'Shin. Bill, welcome to the stage, man. It is cut day. You need 1092 for your 5 fish right there. You had 29 keepers overall. That puts you personally right now in 9th place, which on keeper side is not enough. Right now, you needed 1092 to make it on the weight side. You have 1342. That's going to put you above that 5 right now. It's going to put you in 1st place currently. Now, I know Bill well enough to know that he is not going to keep that in his heart that he's going to stay in 1st place. But he's going to show off a couple of the beautiful fish he went out there to Pedro and caught. Great job out there. Now, Bill, you're in 1st, man. You want me to just cut it off right now, right? That's it? No more across the stage?
Yeah, we don't need to even fish tomorrow. We can just go home now.
You're ready. Okay. All right, man. Now, you're sitting in 1st right now. There's a few anglers back there that might, come in and do that. How are you feeling for tomorrow?
I think I'm going to be a little bit short. I left the door open for these guys. I really struggled in the afternoon, and I just didn't really – I never ran across that big fish, so – had a lot of fun, but I don't think I'm quite going to make it, but we'll see. Who knows?
All right, Bill. Well, if we see you tomorrow, that's awesome. We always love to see you come across the stage. But if we don't, thanks for fishing with us, and we'll see you at the next event in Arizona. All right, our next angler is going to need 1728. He has 34 keepers totaling right now. Let's bring him up from Montage, California, Mr. Nick Wood. Nick, that's why you don't come up until I call your name. Don't weigh those fish. Don't weigh those fish. He needs to go back to the scale. That is not Nick Wood at all. But it was really close. Nick, why don't you come on up here and let's do this thing. There's a reason why you don't come up until I call your name. Now you just look silly. Nick, you didn't even look like that. What was going on right there? Now, Nick, you're going to need 1728. You got 5 fish right here that go. They go 1069. A little short on the weight side. On the keeper side, you're sitting in 5th right now. Now, you've got to be 5th on the keeper side. You've got 34. I have a feeling, this is just my feeling, though. I'm not taking this personal if you say I probably won't be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be here. Yesterday in the morning, I was running around trying to catch largemouth, and I just wasn't able to catch them. So I just scrapped that about noon and was just trying to salvage the day, and I like to fish for spotted bass, so I just went and tried to catch as many spotted bass as I could yesterday. Got on an okay bite, salvaged the end of the day, and that was my plan, was just go catch as many spotted bass as I can. That's why I was out of it on weight. I felt like if I had a big day on numbers, I could maybe squeeze into the top 10, and maybe get a check. I was just trying to salvage my tournament. So it was I don't know. I lost a couple today. I'm hoping I'm not. I'm just hoping I get a check.
All right, Nick. Well, thanks for fishing with us, man. We'll see you at the next one in Arizona, of course. All right. He's one. All right, out of Brentwood, California, Tyler Maiden. Come on up here, Tyler. Now you're going to need 1157. You've got 30 keepers currently. He made it up this time. We're going to weigh your fish. All right, now, Tyler, 1157. We need that scale right there to say 1157 for you to make the top 5 on this side. Hey, he did that with ease. 1620, great weight right there. 30 keepers. Hold up a couple of those fish. Let's get some pictures. Wow, he's got a nice one right there for sure. Everybody get ready to see a couple of really good fish. Right there, Don Pedro putting out some great fish, man. Not quite the 12 he was looking for. Let's put him up there and weigh that big fish real quick. There you go. Put that one back in the bag. That's a big fish that goes 5.22, and anywhere else in the world, that would be a really good fish, 5.22. It's a good fish here, but when you have a 13 dropped on the scale, man, it makes it kind of gives you a little something, right? All right, Tyler, let's talk about this a little bit. Right now, you're sitting at 8th on keepers. On this side, you're first overall. You are the new leader of the tournament at this moment. Now, you know as well as I do that doesn't mean a lot because there's a lot more anglers coming in right now. But you want to say anything right now? Do you think you'll be here tomorrow, or what are you going to do?
I don't know. I think it's going to be close. I hope to be here tomorrow, but I'd like to say thank you to everyone that supports me and hopefully get to fish tomorrow.
All right, now, were you going for keepers or were you totally going for weight?
After yesterday, I was sitting pretty decent in both, so I kind of just went fishing. This morning was really tough on me, and then I didn't get a lot of bites, so I figured I just got to go for big ones, and then ended up catching the 5-pounder like with an hour left, so that helped a lot.
All right, man, that was a good fish. Great job. We will hopefully see you tomorrow, but if not, we'll see you at our next event. All right, our next angler coming out of Pasco, Washington. He's going to need 1376. Ty Mantarola, right? All right, man. Now, Ty, you have 46 keepers. That puts you in second overall right now with keepers. That's a good spot to be. Now, there's only 5 spots, though, and your weight right now, we're going to look for, you need 1376. You did that with ease, man. 1405. Great job. Put down there. Hold up a couple of those fish. Let's get some pictures. That puts him currently let's see, Ty's going to put him in 3rd place overall on weight side. It's going to put him in 2nd on keeper side. Remember, everybody, they can qualify one of 2 ways, but they're hoping right now just to make it as one of them. 5 spots on each side is not a lot. How are you feeling, and what did you do today?
I feel great, man. I've made good decisions today, fished a lot cleaner than yesterday, and we'll see what happens. Going to get a check for sure, so that's nice, and yeah, we'll see if we make it. It's going to be close.
All right, anybody you want to thank out there if you don't make it?
Yeah, my family, my girlfriend, her family, especially my sponsors, Bass Boat Wired, Clear Lake Outdoors, U-Call International, Honk Stomper Guide Service, Manuela Hay. They're all family companies that are just amazing. They have great products, great services. Make sure you go check them out. They all got websites. They've all got Instagrams. Go look them up. Bass Boat Wireds, boat electronics, boat accessories. I caught every fish this week on forward-facing sonar, and if I didn't have good voltage to my graphs and good wiring and the best equipment on the market, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did this week.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and I hope we see you tomorrow, but if we don't, we'll see you at the next event. Thank you. All right, our next angler is going to need 1635. He has 29 keepers. Lake Elsinore's very own Mr. William. I'm going to fill some space ponting. Come on up here, man. You know, yesterday you had to come up and sit up here, and we had to wait for that Ish Monroe guy, and you had to stand up here, look in that camera, and kill some time with me. Now, today you need 1635 in that basket right there. We're going to weigh these fish out. Don't shake your head yet. Let's make it suspenseful. All right, 1635 is what we're looking for. 947 is what we got. On the keeper side, you have 29 currently. That's going to keep you out of the top 5. William, you're probably going to end up going home. But, hey, did you have a good time out there? And what'd you do today? And you want to say anything to anybody out there?
I'm good, thank you.
No, I'm not. You got to at least thank your grandkids, man. They're watching and supporting you. They got people on your shirt. Come on, give me something, William.
All right. Very frustrating day. Lost too many fish. They just come unbuttoned. And hi, Rudy. Hi, Claire. That's my grandkids.
All right. Thanks, Will. Thank you very much. He is one of our more talkative anglers right there, if you didn't notice, right? I'll get them all going pretty good. Don't you worry about that. Let's see. 1487 is what this angler's going to need. He's out of Paso Robles, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Kyle Goldstein. Come on up here, Kyle. All right, you have 12 keepers. You needed way more keepers. You need weight, man. 1487. That's the only way you're going on tomorrow. 1487 is what we're going to need that to say right there. Hope that he pushes down on that thing really hard. 1487, he didn't need to. You went out there and got 1666. Great weight, man. Good job, man. You went out there. I know you talking about it yesterday. Hold up a couple of those fish. Let's get some pictures. 1292. You got that in there? Okay. For today, I don't actually, it's 5 something, right? All right, beautiful. Right there where on the floor, read that. Perfect. Mark went out of his way to put that on the floor. He wants everybody to read it as they come up. You're going to weigh a big fish to try it out? It's got to be over 5. He's going to try a big fish. He says, I've got one here that might go over 5. Let's let us tell that. You are correct. It's 491. Good weight, though. Good fish. You went out there, you did a good job. You're still a little bit shy. You were pound 79. You're not going to quite make it on to tomorrow. You didn't have the keepers, you didn't have the weight, but you want to say anything to everybody out there who supports you?
Yeah, I had a good time. I want to thank my parents for helping me get here, and that's pretty much it.
Did they drive you here?
No, I drove myself. But they support me a lot, so.
All right, man, that's what we like to hear. The family supporting everybody. Thank you for fishing with us. Oh, wait, does he have something coming? I don't have it on my screen, so I don't know. Apparently, he won our Tackle Warehouse gift card, a $100 gift card right there. Come back over here, read the floor, stand right there, take that picture out there, show everybody that you won the $100 gift card from Tackle. Oh, $500 gift card. Holy moly! I'm always the last to know everything right here. You know, it's all good. $500 gift card just for buying stuff from Tackle Warehouse. Putting a little ticket in there. Mark draws the name out, and it said his on it, and he got a $500 gift card. Didn't get to fish tomorrow, but hey, you know what? He's got a nice $500 to go home with. All right, our next angler. He's going to need 1320. He's got 44 keepers. He's out of Sun City, Arizona. Mr. Dylan Maxson. Come on up here, Dylan. Let's weigh some fish, man. Welcome back to the stage. All right, bud. Now, you need 1320. You have 44 keepers. 44 keepers puts you in third right now. Now, I'm not saying that's going to keep you there all day. You might want some weight. We're going to try to double qualify if you can, I'm sure. But let's look down here. You needed 1320. Everybody? He had 1776. He absolutely crushed that. Let's put him down there. Let's hold up a couple. You want to weigh a big fish today? You got a giant in there? Okay. That's 17 pounds. I mean, there's got to be some good fish in there. Absolutely. Looking at those bass right there. Great job, man. I know there's a bunch of people sitting out here in the stands right now that'd love to come out here and have a day like that, 1776. You went out there and caught some good fish. The 1776 is going to put you right now in first place. Now, I'm looking back there. There's a couple anglers back there that might say, I don't want you in first place anymore. What do you think? You got to be here tomorrow?
I think I might be here tomorrow, but I don't think I'll hold on to first.
Don't think you'll be in first. You only have 4 other spots. Second, third, fourth, or fifth. You got to be in one of those. So we're going to hope for tomorrow. You want to say anything to anybody real quick?
Yeah, I got to thank my wife and kids. They're in the audience watching. Suzuki Law Offices, RJ, and Signature Gates with Kevin Finley. Without them, I honestly wouldn't be here. So,
well, we're glad they let you come out and play with us. All right, man. We will see you hopefully tomorrow. Great job out there. All right, our next angler coming up. He is our champion. 1564 is what he's going to need. He has 24 keepers. Let's bring him up out of Folsom, California. Mr. Luke Johns. Luke, come on up here, man. Now, you destroyed the Delta, went out there and won. You come over here to Pedro, you're going to need 1564. I'm looking at that bag right there. I don't know, man. It's looking a little tight. 1564. 27. Wait, that's what it started off. That was a good number right there, right? It was really good. You need a 1564. You're going to be 1404. You got 24 keepers. You're not going to quite make that top 5. You're not going to quite make the championship tomorrow. Hold up a couple of those fish. Let's get some pictures taken real quick. Luke? That just opened the door for some of these anglers back here. Our classic champion right there. He just gave them a little bit. Now, Luke, let's talk about what you didn't do today that you could have got here tomorrow.
Well, you know, I did lose a big one today on the swim bait, but, you know, that's how it goes out here. You know, it was just one of those days where it didn't quite set up right for me. I'm really bummed I'm not fishing tomorrow because I think I could have smashed on them tomorrow with the wind we're going to have and stuff. But, you know, it was a phenomenal week. I really enjoyed the weather. It was awesome. The competition out here is stiff. That is fun. And I got to thank my parents for showing up. I know my girlfriend's back home watching, and I know my girlfriend's mom is at home watching. So hi to Mary Lou and Lori. Got to give them a shout out. But, you know, all the other people who support me on my jersey, they're what get me here. And thank you to BAM for putting on a phenomenal event. Hopefully next time we sneak inside the top 10, though. Thanks, guys.
All right, you know, last time you brought them, they had to drive away with a boat.
Yeah, that's true.
All you were going to get this time was a big check, so you brought them to carry the check? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I figured I'd have to, like, strap it down on a flatbed or something, so I brought them. No.
It is $50,000, man, there. All right, Luke, thank you very much. Now, our next angler. He's out of Selma, California. He's going to need $17.97. Let's bring him up, Mr. Craig Gong. Come on up here, Craig. All right, you got 33 keepers, man, right now, Craig. That puts you currently somewhere around 8th place on the keeper side, which is not enough. You got to be above 5. So we're looking for weight. You need $17.97. Let's see if he went out there and got that done today. $14.43. Let's put a couple of them down there. You can hold those up and show them off, and we'll talk to some of your sponsors out there, man. Craig is not going to quite make it. Did a great job. Went out there, gave it all he had. I'm very sure of that. There we go. Good job, Craig. Good job. All right, let's talk about what happened a little bit out there, and let's thank some of your sponsors, man.
Today went out, or my whole game plan was to catch keepers.
That seems pretty obvious. Like you should always have that game plan.
Keeper count was my goal going into this. Focused on it yesterday. I had 18. I really thought I had something figured out. Started off great this morning, and it went dead midday. This afternoon, got on them again, but fished pretty clean, broke one off, sent in one bad picture, and every fish matters, so yeah, that's that.
All right, man, you want to say anything to anybody at home? Or anybody here?
Yeah. I got my parents out there. Thank you for all this love and support. I love you guys. Girlfriend Paula at home. Lots of love and support there as well. I got a great group of guys who support me. 559 Bait and Tackle, Hanford Freeway Toyota, Bonner Lacefield Marine, Spear Point, Buck and Bass. Thank all you guys for all your support. And BAM. BAM, thank you guys. Great circuit.
All right, man. Thank you very much for fishing with us, Craig. We'll see you at our next event. Absolutely one of our really good anglers out there. Now, our next angler coming up out of here, he's going to need 2154. He's got 16 keepers, so he is not on the keeper count side. So let's bring him up out of Angels Camp, California, Mr. Hayden Lee. Give it up, everybody, for Hayden. Now, Hayden, you're going to need 2154 on the weight side to make that top 5, buddy. I can't even guess, man. 2154. Every time I look down there, it's like right there. 1653. Let's take a couple of them out. Let's get some pictures of them real quick. Man, you got some really nice bass in there. That's going to put you currently in 9th place overall, which means you won't make the cut. And unfortunately means you won't make the cut on either side. So, Hayden, let's step over here real quick. Let's talk about what you kind of did today, how it didn't work out for you, but we'll give a little love to the sponsors out there.
Yeah, I pretty much put myself in a big hole yesterday. I live here, and I fish this lake a lot, and it's kind of weird fishing at home. I kind of second-guessed myself a little bit yesterday, and I should have just went with my strengths and did what I did. I would have had that yesterday and tomorrow too, probably. But I want to thank everyone that's here for me, all my family, my girlfriend Jordan, her son Cooper, my grandparents. There's a whole bunch of everybody, so my mom. And then my sponsors.
They're on your
I'm a terrible public speaker. Boat Pros. I keep wanting to say Boat Masters. Boat Pros in Brentwood. They're a good sponsor of mine. They work on my boat and everything. So big shout out to Tanner. That's it.
All right, man. You know what, Hayden? You did a great job out there. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us. And we'll see you at our next event. Keep it going, man. A few issues yesterday. He's going to need 3201, and I know this guy can do it. Out of Turlock, California, let's bring him up, Mr. Christian Ostrander. Christian, now yesterday you had a few issues. Some things happened. That happens in fishing, man. But you came back out. You put all you can in here. You get your points today. If you have 3201 in that bag, man, you get to fish tomorrow. You've got 1167. You want to hold up a couple of those fish right now? Christian, come on over here for just a second then. Come on, man. You got to talk a little bit and give some love to the people that support you, man. Yes, everybody's out there, and they do.
Yeah, you know what? I made a couple casts on the end of the marina dock. I thought it wasn't off limits, and it was. So I took the big DQ good and had just a wonderful time fishing today. It's probably the worst just feeling ever all day long. So I played a million songs and was watching the birds fly around, and yeah. All right.
Cool. Thanks, you, Christian. Appreciate you, man. You do a great job out there. That's how you take it like a pro right there. You come back and do it. Even though he had a bad day yesterday, made one mistake, those things happen. Let's bring our next angler up out of Kelseyville, California. Mr. Daniel Shelton. Come on up here, Daniel. Now, he's going to need 1910 on the weight side. He's got 17 keepers, so he's not going to quite be there on that side. Now, Daniel, you're going to need 1910. I'm looking at that bag right there. He's going to be lucky to get 9. You're right, 8.15. Good weight out there. Hey, you know what? You come out, you try your hardest, and you went out there and fished right that today. You want to hold a couple of those up real quick? Let's get some pictures. You don't... Hey, well, you can come up here, you can step right there, you can look in that camera, and you can say anything you want right now. Well, almost.
Well, I really want to say hello to all my friends and family at home watching right now. This wasn't my best tournament by no means. I learned a lot here today, and I really want to say thank you to my sponsors, especially CMF Baits. It's a new bait company, and they've took me under their wing and I've helped design some lures, and we're doing a lot of good things. And my other sponsor, Bakersfield Frame and Axle, Jason, he always looks out for me from Bakersfield. And Clear Lake Outdoors, of course, Dave. And then my Eternal Lithium batteries always keep me on the water. Spencer has a great customer service. Anybody interested in some good batteries, check out Spencer at Eternal Lithium. And I love Don Pedro. I'll see you guys at Mojave.
All right, we'll see you at Mojave. Great job out there. Thank you very much for coming out and fishing with us. Now, the next angler, I want to tell you right now, he did some amazing stuff. He lived in Valley Springs, California yesterday. He got off the water, moved all the way to Weiser, Idaho. Let's bring him up, Mr. Jason Hickey. Come on up, Jason. It's on there today. I got it fixed for you, man. It was one of those things yesterday, you know, what they put on the screen, I got to read, dude. I don't know when you move. 1903 is what you're going to need. You got 25 keepers. That won't keep you on the keeper side. You need that to be 1903 in that bag right there. You've got part of it, 897. Good job out there, but hey, you're not going to be here tomorrow. You want to say anything to everybody?
Yeah, I just want to thank BAM, you know, for putting all this on. You know, it's a wonderful event. Everything seems to go smooth. It's just, you know, it's a class act. It's a professional event. It's pretty cool to be up here and, you know, fishing for $50,000 and, you know, on the West Coast. It's a great opportunity, and I hope to cash in someday.
Well, you've got a few more chances this year, so man, we'll see you at our next one down in Mojave. Good job out there. All right. Our next angler, he's pretty local. He's out of Oakley, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Bo Jodry. Come on up here, Bo. 2154 is what he's going to need on the weight side. Keeper side, he's got 23. You're not quite there, Bo, on the keeper side. You better hope that thing's got some good weight in it right there if you want to stick around and fish tomorrow for that $50,000. We're looking for 2154. Oh, it looks so good for a second. He's got to kind of bounce him there. 1403. Let's put him down there. Let's get a couple pictures real quick, Bo. Don Pedro has been fishing a little skimpy all of a sudden. These guys are going out there. These are the top anglers on the entire West Coast, Bo definitely being one of those. And Bo, let's give some thanks to some of your sponsors right there. He's going to cast those fish off, man. How'd it go out there?
It was a grind, a little slow for me today. Picked up in the afternoon, had a blast. Didn't quite get the keeper count or weight that I wanted, that I was looking for. Want to thank my wife for coming out with the kids, my mom at home watching, all my sponsors. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you.
All right, Bo. Great job out there, man. We will see you at the next event down in Mojave. All right. This guy made us wait all the time yesterday. Today he shows up early out of Oakdale, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Ish Monroe. Ish, come on up, dude. Let's weigh some fish. Now, you're going to need 1885 on the weight side. You have 43 keepers, which right now puts you on that cut line. You're on the bubble at 5. You have 43 keepers, man. You're sitting in 5th. That weight needs to be 1885. It's 1578. So you're hoping that that's going to hold out on that side right there. How you feeling about tomorrow, man?
I really want to go fishing tomorrow. I'm a little upset. I want to get a couple pictures. Just with myself.
Well, then grab a couple real quick. Let's do some pictures first so we can get those fish back in the water. There we go. I mean, great fish. He went out there and did a great job, caught some good quality bass. Like I said, this lake has been fishing a little weird for these guys. They're out there doing their best, and we'll let Ish talk about it a little bit, but, tell us how it was and what happened.
Oh, just a little frustrated with myself. These fish are just moving up on beds, and usually when they're just moving up on beds, you can use bigger line. But when you're fishing for keeper count, you throw a light line on them. They usually eat in one flip, and then there's a lot of beds that are deep that you really can't even see the fish on them, and you just kind of see the bed, and you pitch down there. And I'm using a Missile Baits drop crawl. They don't even make it anymore. It's probably the best bed fish bait for catching spots and even the largemouth. And it was just today I lost some, and then there was some that they were so hot that I went back to them with 25-pound test and a Missile Baits destroyer, set the hook. I mean, I had one that was pushing 4, and it literally jumped 5 feet from the boat, and all I did was just pull it in the boat. I mean, I just wish I could fish that way, but I did lose some fish, and I broke a couple fish off today that's going to be close for the keeper count. I'm hoping that I make it. We need some double qualifiers and all those good things. And but I want to thank Mark for throwing on, the Super 60. We've needed something out west here that was big, and this is big, and Mark's done a fantastic job, and it's showing with all the guys that wanted to show up and fish. He actually took 69 guys, even though I told him only take 60. But I get it. We're doing it for, contingency money and stuff like that. But thank you, Mark, for you and your whole staff. And, Michael's done a great job this week. And, people think that it's really easy to be a tournament director. It's really hard because you want to be friends with all these guys, but at the same time, you got to make decisions and stuff that guys might not like, and sometimes it's like babysitting. So, Michael, thank you for working so hard, and the whole staff here. And I want to thank my lovely wife, Oxy, who's been here at every single one of the BAM tournaments and supported me, and I appreciate her. And, babe, I love you.
All right, we appreciate her, too. She comes out. She does a great job for us. Thank you for letting us borrow her at every one of the events. And don't you worry, the whole happy wife, happy life thing that you gave me last time, yeah, I already gave her a hot dog. You're good for it. All right, buddy. No problem. All right, man. Valley Springs, California. That's where this guy comes from. He just lost a neighbor. He's going to need 1566. Mr. Jake Arbuckle, come on up here, man. There he is. That's the one here. Everybody getting loud with these guys. All right, you're getting 1566. You got 27 keepers. That means you're not on the keeper side at all. Jake, we're going to need 1566. Let's see what that weight does right there. I love when he pushes on it just a little bit. 1852. Good weight, man. That's going to move you up on this side right now. I'm not really sure where it'll move you up. You're going to be above the 5th. You're going to be in, what is that? You want to take a picture real quick so at least you'll know it's there for once. First place right now. All right. He just took over the top spot, 34.87. 34.57 right behind that. There's some beautiful Don Pedro bass, everybody. All right, do you want to weigh one of those for a big fish? All right, he's going to put those back in there. Now, that's going to put you in first right now, 34.87, top 5. There's only 5 spots right there. How you feeling for tomorrow? You going to make it?
You know, we'll see. It's there's a lot of hammers coming up behind us. You know, we'll see how it goes. All we can do is pray, and hopefully it holds.
You want to say anything to anybody before you go, just in case you don't make it?
Yeah, definitely. Here, let's do that. Thank you to my wife, Mark, everybody at BAM. You know, you guys do a great job. I appreciate it. You know, the folks over at T&T Trucking, I couldn't do them without those guys supporting me. Cost Per Mile Tire, HSI Mechanical, KMG Products. He changed his name this year. And then we got 2 new ones. Spartan Defense Firearms Training out of Valley Springs, California. And then also Greater Bay Protection Services jumped on board this year. So I appreciate everybody that's come out. Don Pedro's had a great event. We got a good crowd out here. So this is awesome.
Yes, they definitely turned out Don Pedro, came out here to support you. Jake, good luck. Hope you're here tomorrow. But if not, thanks for winning. We'll see you in Mojave, man. Good job. All right. I Own California's going to bring us an angler. His name is Jason Austin. Come on up here, Jason. All right, Jason. You need 25-21 on the weight side because your keeper count is just too low to be on that side. So you're going for weight, man. You need 25-21. 25-21. 9.38. Hold up a couple of those fish. Let's get some pictures, and then we'll give you some time to talk to some of your sponsors. All right, man. He went out there, got some good fish out there. It wasn't the day you were hoping for, is my guess. So let's talk about what happened right there and where you're going to be at tomorrow.
I'm going to be home tomorrow, but you know, it's crazy. You get all amped up and excited for this such event like this, and I appreciate what you put together, Mark. And it's amazing because you come out here on day one and have the day one I had, and you know, you go out there knowing that you have to put in a lot of work and put a lot of fish in the boat. So, you know, it's an opportunity to catch a lot of fish and try to make up that, you know, and try to sneak into that top 10. But I couldn't make it happen.
All right, man. You want to say anything to anybody out there?
Thanks to my family and sponsors and everybody who supports me.
All right, Jason. Thank you very much. We'll see you in Mojave, man. All right, our next entry coming out of Stockton, California, Mr. Robert Reel. Robert, you're going to need 2079. You're going to need 27 keepers is what you've got. It's not going to quite be there on the keeper side. You need 2079. You're looking at that bag. You're laughing at that bag. I wasn't laughing at your bag, man, but you are. So we'll see what that's going to be. 2079 is what we're looking for. 2079. And we get, oh, look at that. Almost dead half. You got the 79 part. 1079 for 5 fish right there. Let's put them right there. Let's get a couple pictures real quick. There are some anglers that are coming from Arizona. There are some anglers coming from all the way up in Oregon, Washington, that sort of thing. Luckily, he's only got to drive back to Stockton. Now, Robert, it's a nice, easy drive for you to get back there. How'd you do out there today as far as, like, did things change for you? How's it going? And you want to give some love to some sponsors that sponsor you or support you.
Well, we'll talk fishing first. I caught way more fish today. So many that were just questionable at the line. It is what it is. Didn't make that happen. But I want to thank, obviously, Mark and your whole crew. I haven't been able to do one of these professional-style tournaments since 2011, and my boss here at Battalion 1 gave me the opportunity to come back and play again. And it's a little tough getting back into it, but I'm really enjoying it. I want to definitely thank my better half right out here, Heather, and our dog that came up with us. And then I want to say hello to Melinda. She's at home watching. That's Heather's daughter, so she's been really excited about this, and that's it. I mean, just really tough fishing, but had a lot of fun.
All right, Robert, great job out there. What do you got to say? What do you got?
I want to add one more thing. Sure. I'm not going home tonight. We're gonna party it up tonight. We're gonna come watch you guys tomorrow and cheer you on.
All right, man. Thanks for doing that. We'll be out here. We'll love to see you guys. All right. Our next angler coming out of Bakersfield, California, Mr. Kenneth Cleveland. Come on up here, Kenneth. You've got 39 keepers, man. That's right now going to put you in 7th. You had to be over 5 on the keeper count, so you're not going to be there for that. You need 23.95 to come up on that scale, Kenneth. That's not happening. That's all right. I love the confidence, man. 23.95. And when he keeps his hand on there, it looks really good for a while, right? 14.20, man. That means that tomorrow the $50,000 is off the table, bud. Let's put those in there. Let's take a couple pictures of those good fish right there that you did go out and get. It's a lot of, these guys are out here. Today is the day, and I've always say it. This is one of the most feared days for this very reason right there. $50,000 just came off the table. Now, Kenneth, let's talk about some of your sponsors, and let's talk about what happened out there today.
Yeah, I made an adjustment at like 10:30, 11 o'clock yesterday, and changed things up and kind of got on something, and I carried that through today, and I had 26 keepers, I think it was, so hopefully we kind of stick around and get a check in that deal. That was my goal today, was to try to catch 40 keepers total. Came up one short, but I got to thank everybody that helps me do this. Thank my wife and say hi to Callie and Drew at home. They're probably watching, so hi, girls, and I'll see you in a few hours, and thank you guys.
All right, man. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us. We really appreciate it. You did a great job out there. All right, I'm looking over here at our next anglers. But right now, before we take up those anglers, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll weigh some more fish. Stick around.
Forged from the harshest environments, Dakota lithium batteries are built to endure. Engineered with lithium iron phosphate, they give you twice the runtime, at half the weight, last 5 times longer, and provide exceptional lifetime value.
Let's go!
Backed by an 11-year warranty, they keep you on the water from sunup to sundown. Go further. Last longer. Play harder.
Competitive anglers powered by Mercury ProXS outboards have won more bass fishing tournaments than all other brands combined. With lightning-quick acceleration, legendary reliability, and lightweight design, ProXS has everything you need to travel farther, faster, and harder.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail, brought to you this weekend, especially by the Chicken Ranch Casino and Resort, and as always, Tackle Warehouse. They have been out here for a long time. They have been fishing. They have been catching fish, and they want to weigh those fish. Let's bring up, out of Atascadero, California, Mr. Nick Salvucci. Come on up here, Nick. Now, Nick, you're going to need 2079 on the weight side. You have 25 keepers, which means keepers is no thing for you. You need 2079 in that bag. Nick, you were so close. 1155. Hey, it's a great job. You go out there, you're doing a tough job out here. This is not easy. Let's put down right there. Let's get a couple pictures. You want some pictures, Nick? Don't ever. Very nice. All right, don't ever think that these guys don't do a tough job. There's a whole tent full of guys over here that came out, and they're fishing hard. All right, Nick, it's cut day, man, so you got to say some love to the people that support you out there. Let's hear what you got.
I just want to say hi to my girlfriend, Jordan, and Parker. They're watching back home. Had a fun day. Just zigged when I should have zagged, and just didn't get the big bites.
You know that they're sitting at home watching you go, then why didn't you zag? That's all they're going to have that question when you get back, man. Thanks for coming out and fishing with us. Well, so hope we see you at Mojave. Yes. All right, our next angler coming out of Puyallup, Washington. They came all the way down. Mr. Rich Kraft, come on up here, Rich. All right, Rich, you're going to need 1870 on the weight side because 17 keepers, man, isn't going to do anything for you. All right, he needs big weight, 1870. He's got, it started off so good, 1120. Good weight. Let's take a couple pictures real quick. Good job, good fish. All right, Rich, let's give some love to the people back there who support you, and let's talk about what happened today.
Well, I didn't catch them. That's pretty simple. We don't have spotted bass in Washington, so every time I come down to Shasta, and now this is the first time I've ever been in Don Pedro. It was yesterday. Never been on the water before, so it's a huge learning experience when I come down here, and I'll figure them out someday. I got to thank my sponsors. This stuff isn't free, so I have a lot of new sponsors this year. I got to thank Nixon's Marine. They hooked me up with a Camus and a Mercury. New sponsor this year is Toyota Puyallup. Got a sweet Tundra. Everybody should get a Tundra because those trucks are amazing, and I have the hybrid version. It's great towing. And then all my brands I work for: GSM, Yamamoto, Bill Lewis, Buckeye, Dobbins, Frog Factory. I can't do it without the sponsors, so Live Fish and Boat Trip. So thank you all for sponsoring me, and I can't wait to come back next year, I heard.
Next year?
Yeah, they
Are we coming back here next year? Is that what you want?
Well, they already said it in the driver's meeting. They said it's a 2-year contract, so we're coming back. So it's cool.
You just ruined it for Mark. He was gonna surprise everybody with that. But hey, Rich, we will see you at Mojave, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks to you very much. There's always got to be that one that spoils it for everybody. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's bring up our next angler out of Red Bluff, California. Give it up for Mr. Greg Gutierrez. Greg, they didn't give it up for you. Give it up, everybody. There you go. Let's get loud. All right, Greg, you're going to need 1639. You got 56 keepers. We'll put you in first place on keeper side. Now, you said yesterday you were going for keepers. You did a darn good job of doing that. You need 1639. You had 1487. You're going to hold on to that keepers is what you're going to do to get there. Let's take a couple pictures real quick, and then we'll talk about how you're going to do it. And I'm thinking with 56, you're probably going to be here tomorrow. There it is right there. Great job, man. Good fish. You went out there. You got, you talked yesterday. That currently puts you in 5th place on the keepers, on the weight side, and it puts you in first place on the keeper side. Now, you said, I'm going for keepers tomorrow. You knew you were there. You went out there and did that. Let's talk about, you're going to be here tomorrow, so let's talk about how you did it today a little bit.
I did. I went out there and started looking for keepers. It was really slow this morning, and I figured 10 would do it. But I just wanted to make sure that I had a couple more than that, and it was a struggle getting a limit in the morning, and so I started moving around, and then finally I had probably about 9 fish, and I thought, the heck with it, I'm just going to go looking for fish, and I should catch some along the way, and then I ended up putting the other 8 in the boat to make the 17 for today. So it worked out for me. I can't imagine me getting bumped out of the top 5 for the weight or numbers. So I'll fish for some bigger fish tomorrow.
Tomorrow you're going to come out here. I have a feeling you're not going anywhere. You're going to be here tomorrow. 5 spots right there. You're not going to move down further than that. And you're going to be fishing for $50,000, my friend, on the West Coast. How does that make you feel right now?
Absolutely love it. Got to thank Mark, the whole crew. Every one of you guys have really made it awesome for us to come out here and have a real professional circuit to fish for that kind of money, and we get to see 3-4 states doing it. So it's kind of nice. It's not just sitting here in our zip code. We got to go out there. We got to figure it out, and guys are interested, and from everybody I hear that's out there watching this on the live streaming and watching Turney X, they love it, and I can't wait to see more of it coming.
All right, Greg. Well, hopefully we'll see you in the morning, because if someone knocks off 56, I'll be super surprised. All right, buddy. We'll see you. Exactly. All right. We've got changed up also out of Kalispell, Montana. Let's bring him up, Mr. Jason Crone. Jason, welcome to the stage. You need 1647. Your 33 keepers right now puts you in 10th place. You need to be in 5th on that side. You have to be in 5th on the other side. To get to 5th on the other side on the weight side, you need 1647, 1501. Let's take a couple pictures of those, and we'll talk about what's going on out there. Good job, man. Great fish. You went out there, you put in some work. some things changed for you. You didn't quite get what you were looking for. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, and you were looking more weight, you said, I believe it was, more than keepers, just because of where you were. But now you're sitting right here. You're not going to quite make the cut. Tell everybody out there at home and all the people that support you, man, a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, in all reality, to have fished here in the Pro-Am, practiced 2 days, made the top 10, and then came back a month later, and still sitting here, should be able to get a check with that, I hope, and, the results are good. And, this format is, the best one I've ever done. With Mark and everybody, and just meeting all the new guys already, I'm having a blast. So, you just put your head down and, your young guys earn it and get here. You won't regret it. I'm enjoying every second of it so far. Just the beginning and good points to start off with, and we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming up and fishing with us. We'll see you at the next event. All right there. All right, our next angler coming up out of Anderson, California. Let's bring out Mr. Scott Stansfield. Come on up here, Scott. Well, Scott, I'm having a good day. I'm just up here on the mic, doing my thing, having fun out there. It looks like you're going to need 25.78 on the weight side, man. You got 25.78 in there? What happened, man? You said you had it. You got 12.88, Scott. Now, your keepers are not going to be up there enough. Let's take a couple pictures real quick. Mark wants his pictures. He needs those pictures. He's got to show them all off. Great job, man. We got cameraman running in. Everybody wants a picture of Scott Stanfield. I don't know what happens right there, dude. But let's talk about this a little bit. You're not going to quite make it on this side. You're not going to quite make it on this side. What are you going to do? You going to come back and fish at another time with us?
Oh, yeah. I'll see you guys in Mojave.
How was it out there for you today, and what kind of went on? And thanks some of your sponsors, man.
You don't want my advice on how to catch them today. I caught a dozen today and 4 yesterday. They grew up a little bit for me. I noticed they ran to the bank, and I followed them. I got in 2 feet of water, and I kept that Ranger right on the bank, and I caught them as fast as I could catch them, I thank my sponsors. I appreciate their support. I'm going to keep it short because I'm under the weather here. My wife just had a birthday, so happy birthday, Amanda. And our daughter's birthday is tomorrow, so happy birthday, Tessa.
All right, man. Thank you for fishing with us, Scott. We always love seeing you up here, and we'll see you in Mojave, man. All right, Sacramento, California is going to send us an angler. His name is Mr. Jason Bradshaw. Jason, come on up here, man. 1936 is what you're going to need on the weight side because your keeper count's a little low at 19. You're looking for weight. You talked about it a little bit yesterday. You were going to go for weight. You need 1936. You got 1936 in there? He's already shaking his head.
I was going for keeper count.
You were going for keeper count? Should have gone for weight. 1362, man. 1362. Let's take a couple pictures real quick. All right, good job, man. You went out there, Now, if I'm not mistaken, you had some miss up yesterday, right? A little something on there that happened out there. And again, these things happen. It is what goes on. You come back out here, you worked really hard to get over here, and you're not quite gonna make any of this. But hey, you know what? You'll be at Mojave again. Tell everybody out there, a little bit about what you did, and absolutely thank some of your sponsors.
Yesterday I came in late, so my weight and numbers were disqualified. So today I went into salvage mode. I'm trying to salvage this season, right? So, yeah, it's tough enough competing against these guys. So to start in the hole already is pretty rough. But I got 19 keepers today. Hopefully that'll move me from last. And if I move up 10 spots, that's great. If not, if it's 7 spots, whatever it is, I just wanted to move forward. So I'd like to thank my wife and kids, Casey, Jackson, and Jessa. I'll be home soon.
All right, man. It's not that far of a drive. That's good for you right there. And we will see you at Mojave, man. Great job. All right, Oakdale, get ready because this guy's got his boat wrapped with a chicken ranch wrap on it. Out of Oakdale, California, Mr. Randy Pearson. Come on up here, Randy. Now, Randy, you've got 40 keepers putting you right now in 9th place. You have to be above the 5 on the keeper side, so you're out on keepers. You got 1485 yesterday. You need 2416 to make it on the weight side. We're looking for 2416. You went out there, gave it your all. You had 1489. Good job. Let's take a couple pictures real quick. All right, look at the belly on those things. They look great, man. You went out there and were getting some good fish. They weren't exactly the ones you were hoping to get, and Randy, we talked about this earlier. This was an event that you actually have been waiting for. You wanted to be here. Talk about what kind of happened this week for you and what kind of went down and why you're not going to be there tomorrow.
I just kind of went for both keepers and total weight, and I'll probably be about, I would say, 2 to 5 spots out of both of them. But it's just one of those things with the lake off limits for 30 days. You got to go out and make adjustments on the water. Today I had extra company where I was fishing, and that the fish were just beat up too much yesterday. And I ran around and tried some things, and caught some, and I fished clean. I only lost 1 fish each day, so that's the good thing. But it is what it is. I should get paid with that, but the top 10 was the goal. Regardless, I'll be here tomorrow to support the guys that are here and watch and see someone get that $50,000 check. And, I got to thank my wife for all the support, and she's came up here every day and brought my daughter, and then my parents. I got my personal caddy with my dad, launches me in the morning. I call him right, when I hit the buoy line, and he's waiting at the launch ramp, so it makes it real easy. And then all my sponsors, Chicken Ranch Casino. I mean, the nice thing about Chicken Ranch Casino is I've heard it multiple times from different people that said this place is so nice, we're going to bring our wife next time. So right there, that says a lot. The place is amazing, and all my other sponsors, thank you. So thank BAM and everything. So thank you.
So let me ask you this, Randy, really quick, because I got a bunch more. Have you always been that spoiled? Your dad does everything for you?
Not everything, but sometimes. Yeah, no. When I go fishing, he makes it real easy.
That's great, man. Thank you for fishing with us. Thank you for having the Chicken Ranch right there. That is a great place to stay, and we'll see you at Mojave. All right. Boise, Idaho is going to send us an angler, and his name is Adam Deacon. Adam, come on up here, man. You got 24 keepers, so you're not looking for keepers anymore. Now, you need 25.48. Last time you had a 10-pounder. We had this discussion last night, man. I can't believe you're letting somebody kick you around with a 13-pounder. You need 25.48. You've got 16.16. Let's take some pictures real quick, and then we'll talk about what just happened. All right, everybody, here comes some nice Don Pedro bass. He went out there and caught some good fish. 16.16 is nothing to sneeze at, and I'll tell you what, I'm sure he would love to have a few of these back yesterday. All right, Adam, we talked about it a little yesterday. You had a great big fish. Your personal best all of a sudden was 3 weeks ago. You come back out here. You talked about how this lake could actually be up and there could be some really big fish up there. What kind of happened out there this weekend for you?
Yeah, super interesting format. I've never fished anything like this. I really, really like it. And the mind games that play, do you go keeper count, do you go weight? And so today I figured I was kind of out of it from the keeper count perspective. I caught a decent one first thing, and so I chased big ones. I went looking for big ones on the bed. Only found a couple of okay ones up. So it is what it is, but really enjoyed fishing this style format.
Did you lose a big one out there? Mark said to me a little bit that you had one on that he saw. Did you lose a big one out there?
Yesterday I did. I didn't lose a big one today. Yesterday I lost a good one.
All right, man. Well, hey, good job out there. I guess we'll see you at your Mojave. Absolutely. All right, man. Thank you for fishing with us. All right, our next angler coming out of Vacaville, California. Let's bring out Mr. Billy Hume. Billy, welcome up onto the stage. Thanks for not killing yourself or taking out my TV. Okay. All right, Billy, you need 31.68. Your keeper count's way too low at 8. You went out there. You were searching for big fish. 10.88. You're not going to quite make that cut, man. Let's put those in there. Let's get some pictures real quick, and then we'll talk about what just happened. Good fish, though. I mean, you go out there, you're still going to go out there and catch fish, and he did a good job of catching a few good fish out there. Now, Billy, you needed a few more pounds. You needed a few more keepers. You were kind of on the bubble yesterday. You talked about, I don't know which one I'm going to go for. Apparently, you're still kind of there. What happened yesterday, and what's going on?
No, this is the first time I fished the Super 60. It's a learning curve. It was a phenomenal weekend. Had a great time. I caught a bunch of fish. I was fishing shallow, waiting for the big bite, and I just never got it. And then had some issues with the Turney X. That's a learning curve. So I'm going to take this one as a learning curve. It was a great time.
All right, man. You want to give some love to anybody out there? You're not going to quite make the cut tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Cynthia, my friends and family, for supporting me. Ameritech, Edge Rods. Today, the fish I did catch, those rods really played well. So it was a great time.
All right, man. Thank you for fishing with us. We'll see you in Mojave. All right, Billy. Good job out there. All right, our next angler coming out of Discovery Bay, California. Let's bring him up here, Mr. Steve Hoover. Steve, come on up, man. Steve, you got 16 keepers. That means you're not looking for keepers right now. You're looking for 29.60 on weight because that's the only way you're going to move on to tomorrow. You're looking confident, man. I can see it in your eyes. You know that there's almost 29.60 in there. 29.60. We're looking at, hey, good weight, 14.30. Let's put them in there. Let's get a couple pictures real quick. Thank you for giving it up for him. I appreciate that. I'm sure he does as well. All right, great job, man. It's just good-looking fish. He's going to put those back in there. I'm going to step over here, Steve, and we're going to talk a little bit about, what kind of changed for you and give some love to the sponsors, man.
Yeah, today was a better day. This is everyone's talking about it's a new format, and a lot of us first time competing like this where you decide if you go for the keepers and go for weight. Well, it was just one of those trips where I didn't catch many fish, and they were on the smaller side. But it's great, man. I mean, you look around, there's so many phenomenal fishermen here. We stayed at the Chicken Ranch, was awesome. Just want to shout out, hi to my family at home watching, and thank all my sponsors.
All right, man. Thanks for fishing with us. We will see you at the next event. All right, Steve. Good job. All right, our next angler coming out of Bakersfield, California, Mr. Mason Maccabee. It's Maccabee. Sorry, I stuttered on that one a little bit. All right, Mason. Now, you have 32 keepers, which means you're not going for keepers anymore. You have 13.49. You need 25.52. 5 fish to go 25.52. 11.60. Well, let's put them over there. Let's take a couple pictures, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. All right, there's some nice little bass right there. Good job. I know those aren't the ones you were looking for. Well, you just wanted a whole bunch of those at least, right? So you go out there, and that's kind of the thing. People, they see what you're catching, and it's like, oh, but you didn't get the bigger ones. But you know what? You have to either go for keepers or sometimes you got to go for weight. What were you looking for today, and how did it kind of change for you?
I was just fishing for keepers, and all the 14-inchers I was catching yesterday just turned into 13.5 today. So I caught 20 or 30 non-keepers and only 11 keepers. So I know, looking forward to Mojave.
All right, man. You want to give some love to some of your sponsors out there?
Yeah, thanks Stealth Sticks. I use the Skinny Pete all week. And then thanks to the rest of all my sponsors. And see you at the next one.
All right, man. We will see you down in Mojave. Thank you very much for coming and fishing with us. All right. Our next angler coming out of Paso Robles, California, Mr. Dan Frazier. Come on up here, Dan. All right, Dan. Welcome to That's right. Give it up, everybody, for Dan. Yeah, one for the old guy. One for the old guy. All right. 26.24 is what you're going to need, man. 26.24. 9.94. Your keeper counts at 16, which means tomorrow you won't be doing that. Let's take some pictures real quick. Any two will do right there. You'll stand up there. You'll take a couple pictures. Good job right there. All right, Mr. Frazier, come on over here. Let's talk real quick. Give some love to the people back there to sponsor you. You're not going to be here tomorrow. Your $50,000 dream is off the table right now. But, hey, there's a lot of people that support you that even got you here. Let's give them some love and talk a little bit about what you did.
First of all, I want to thank you guys. This was fun. I've been doing this for
a long time.
5 years or so?
40. And good organization. I like the concept. I like the format. I even like the Turney X, except I suck at computers and stuff like that. So it was quite interesting. But anyway, I enjoyed myself. I want to thank my sponsors, Fallen Firefighter Memorial Fund. Good program. Look into them. They help, firefighters that get killed in the line of duty. I say that because I was a firefighter. And so Jim's Pro Bass, P-Line, a few more, and I'm happy. I had a good time.
All right, man, we're glad you came out and had a good time. We hope we see you at Mojave right there. So come on down and let's do this thing again. He can enjoy himself. All right, everybody, out of Santan Valley, Arizona, all the way up, let's bring it for Max Hernandez. Max. Now, Max, you had keeper's count of 13, which means that's off the table for you. You need 25.43. You had 13.58 yesterday. Let's hope they got a whole lot bigger today. 25.43, 11.61. Not quite going to make it. Let's set them down right there. Let's get some pictures of them, and we'll get this thing going. We'll talk a little bit about how you did out there. There's his beautiful wife right there getting ready to get them pictures taken. Make sure you stand where you're supposed to and get a good picture, Max. All right. All right, Max. Now, you went after keepers. You went after weight. What was your deal out there today?
Today I was just trying to do better than I did yesterday, obviously. But I was trying to I was out of the keepers, so I was going after weight, but didn't work out. Had some fish that wouldn't go, and yeah, that was my story for.
You want to give some love to some people that sponsor you?
Yeah, I'd like to thank HMR Marine, Cast King, Bass Pro Shops, Mercury, Elevate, Graphics and Wraps, and the rest of my sponsors. Thank you, and my wife for always being here and traveling with me everywhere I go.
All right, man. Good job out there, Max. We will see you at Lake Mojave, man, for sure. All right, we're getting down to these Arizona guys right there. They got to travel a long ways. Let's bring him out of Lake Havasu, Arizona, Mr. Roy Hawk. Bring him up on the stage, everybody. All right, Roy. Now, 14 keepers means that's off the table for you. 26.38's got to be in that bag for you to move on tomorrow. Keep those $50,000 dreams alive. We're looking for 26.38, 10.87. They're dead too, buddy. Yep. But you know what? There's always Mojave. But let's talk a little bit about that after we take a couple pictures. All right, there's a couple little nice Don Pedro bass. When you got to go out and get a bunch of keepers, man, that's the way to kind of do it. They're not the ones that are the giants out there. There's a 13-pounder somewhere still swimming around out there. Let's talk about how you did a little bit and give some love to the people out there.
I mainly just got in one bay and started sight fishing first thing yesterday, and I never did see a big fish ever. Caught some, just decent ones. That's about it. After I'd get done bed fish about midday, then I'd leave and try and find some new areas, and occasionally I'd catch one, but I never really could put anything together.
All right, give some love to the people back there that support you, man. That takes a lot of support to get up on our stage.
Number one is my wife. She actually got to come this time, so thanks, baby. And then, of course, Anderson Toyota. I'm missing a really cool charity tournament that they helped put on. It's called the New Horizons event there at Lake Havasu, and my son just finished up in 6th place, so pretty cool.
Well, congratulations to him. Good job out there. He beat you.
Yeah, he did. It ain't the first time.
All right, man. Well, thank you. We'll see you at Mojave. Thanks, brother. Right down the road from your house, I'm guessing. All right, our next angler coming out of Dixon, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Brett Lieber. Brett, come on up here, man. All right, yeah, that's right. Give it up for Brett. Now, Brett, you got keepers of 7, which means keepers is off the table for you. So you need a bag that has 34 pounds and 12 ounces in it right there. Let's see what you got. 39 is what he's calling, but I'm going to go ahead and call it that scale says 1087. 1087. Let's take a couple pictures, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. Great job, man. That's the support everybody wants out there. You come up on this stage and you got to have some support. It takes that when you're back at home too. You got to get up on this stage first. You've got some good sponsors out there, and it sounds like you got some people in the crowd. You want to talk a little about, give them some love, and tell them how you did out there.
I'd like to thank everybody that put the show on here. You guys did a great job. Thank the Kuyu Company, Liebco Construction, Baker Family Wines, and Top This.
All right, man. Anybody out here in the crowd?
Oh, yeah. They're my buddies right here. Tina and
all right. Thank you much. We'll see you in Mojave. All right, our next angler coming out of Yuba City, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Aaron Britt. Aaron, welcome back up on the stage, man. Now, you've got 41 keepers putting you in 8th, which means that you're off the table for keepers. You need 24.98 in that bag right there. You had 14.03 yesterday. We're looking for 24.98. Aaron, 12.61, not going to be there. We're going to take some pictures real quick. All right. Good fish, man. You go out there and you catch what you catch sometimes. And, Aaron, you did a great job out there. Let's give some love to the people that support you, that get you up onto this stage, first of all, and tell them a little bit about how you did out there.
I ran around today, the jerkbait, same thing I did yesterday. Caught them pretty good this morning. Lost a lot of fish today and also caught a lot of short fish. Caught more short fish than I did keepers, but relied on my iRod and Seaguar 10-pound Invisex, Shimano Chronarch reel, high speed, and just ran that jerkbait around the lake pretty much all day. And picked a worm up a few times here and there, but yeah, think of my girlfriends here watching the crowd, my mom at home, love you, sponsors, Legend Trucking, Owner Hook, Seaguar, iRod, and Hilbers Incorporated. And I look forward to the next one. Hopefully I'll get a check. If not, I'll be sad.
All right, Aaron, thanks for coming out and fishing with us, man. We'll see you in Mojave. All right, our next angler coming out of Jackson, California. That's right, let's bring him up, Mr. Earl Dalton the third. Earl, come on up, man. Good to see you, buddy. Now, you have 19 keepers, which means keepers is done for you. So that means you need 29.36. You had 9.65 yesterday. You had to add 20 pounds to that to make it for tomorrow, man. So close. You put a move on it. 16.64. You got close. You're about 4 pounds shy. Let's hold up a couple of those good fish. All right. Good job, man. I mean, there's some great fish. You put a heck of a move on catching some fish and getting back up in there. Earl, let's talk a little bit about what you did out there. Let's thank some of your sponsors and, let everybody know what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't do much yesterday. I had a rough day yesterday, but we're over that. Today I went out and just fished hard. I fished all day, and I found a good spinnerbait bite and capitalized that on just the mud line and wind and stuff like that. Big thank you to my girlfriend, Hannah, for always supporting me, my kids, Earl and Donna, my family that supports me. I won't say their name right now because thank you so much.
You can say it.
Thank you so much to what's it, Dwayne right here?
Dwayne.
My guy right there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, buddy. Bass Angler Magazine, everybody, Michael Bray, everybody out here. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you, Earl. We'll see you down in Mojave for sure. All right, our next angler, he's going to come out of Alameda, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Zach Thompson. Zach. Now, you have 43 keepers right now. That puts you in 7th. Keepers is off the table for you, bud. You're going to have good weight. You need 24.33. 5 fish to go 24.33. Another good move, man. 17.04. You're going to be just a little shy. Let's take some pictures real quick, and we'll talk about it, Zach. That's a good, he went out there and put a good move. He's sitting just a little out of the keepers and a little bit out of the weight, but I don't know what that's doing, man. I'm a little confused, just like you're a little confused right now. It's showing you with 31.72, and it's showing you right now in 4th place, which means you would be in it, but you're not going to be, you're not going to survive all this, are you?
Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Come on now.
No, I'm hoping I fish tomorrow, but it's we'll see what happens. It was a good day. Caught a lot of fish again. Caught 21 keepers today. Was just going for whatever I could get to bite. Caught some nice ones. Yeah, it was a really good day. I want to say thanks to my wife, my kids, Charlotte and Sawyer, my parents were watching. St. Croix rods, 7 reels, spear point hooks, Costa sunglasses, DCR propeller, and everybody here at BAM. And it's been a really good event. Good way to start the season. So cross my fingers. Maybe I'll fish tomorrow.
I hope so, man. It says right now that you're in 4th. You should be it's going to be really close, man. There's some good anglers back there. You know that as well as I do. Those are some good sticks back there. This is a super 60, right? This is not the average 60.
No, I mean, these are some of the best guys you're going to ever fish against. So when you up there, it means a lot that week. But with double qualifiers and stuff like that, the standings can kind of jumble. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and hopefully I see you tomorrow.
All right, man. We hope we see you tomorrow, Zach. Thanks. We'll see you at Mojave if not. All right, our next angler coming out of Woodland, Washington. Let's bring him up, Mr. Cameron Black. Cameron, welcome to the stage, man. Good to see you. All right, now, you have 46 keepers, man. That puts you in 3rd place on keeper. That's a good spot to be. You also need 2661 to be above that top 5. 1174, not quite that thing. Let's take some pictures real quick, and then we'll talk about it. So right now, he is absolutely qualified on the keeper side, but that's only if nobody else is going to come in here and knock him down a little bit. 46 keepers is a good bunch of keepers right there. His weight's a little low, probably not going to qualify on that side, but hey, you're hoping those keepers hold out. How'd you do out there a little bit? And talk to and give some love to your sponsors.
Yeah, just ground keepers out. That my fate was set yesterday, and that's what I had to do, and got on a good little jerkbait bite like a lot of guys, and just kept covering more ground than I care to admit. So I want to thank my wife and kids, of course, my family at Addicted, and my sponsors with Akuma, my boys at Fish USA, everything. I can't wait to come back.
All right, man. Well, we hope to see you here tomorrow, but if we don't, we'll see you at Mojave. So thank you very much. All right, our next angler coming out of Roseville, California, Mr. Bryant Smith. Come on up here, Bryant. Now, Bryant, you have 23 keepers, so that's off the table for you. But you got 2167 that you're going to need in that bag right there. Looks like a pretty good bag. 2167 is what we're looking for. Bryant, 1648. Let's take a couple pictures, and we'll talk about it a little bit. What the and you'll be out there and you'll have a little better idea of it. So thanks for coming out and fishing us, and we'll see you at the next event, man. All right, I want to give a quick thank you right now to the Goodness Cafe and for bringing out this beautiful little hot dog cart over there. I've seen a lot of people going over there, and they're getting lots of good food out there. So, hey, if you're up there and you're a little hungry, right there, they will feed you for sure. I want to give a big thank you to Bass Cat and Mercury. They do a great job. They have a boat at the end of this whole thing, and when we go to our championship, we will be giving away a Bass Cat boat. We've got great sponsors, obviously, like Bass Boat Technology. We've got some amazing sponsors in Fisherman's Warehouse who supplies us with that beautiful boat right there to take care of these fish and release them. We got Sticky Graphics who wraps all of our boats and all of our stuff, and you see a great Ford Fairfield. You'll see all of our trucks out here. You'll see our boat. You'll see that beautiful green that Mark has enlisted out there, and that's what you will see on everything. And those are the sponsors right now, as well as Don Pedro and the recreation agency out here. They have given us a great venue, and they're doing a great job of supporting us out here, and they want us back, and we love that. And right now, let's turn over and let's talk at another one of our great anglers, Vacaville, California's own, Mr. Billy Hines. Come on up here, Billy. Now, Billy, 21 keepers means that keepers are off the table. 29.40 in that bag means that you maybe go on to tomorrow. Or they could be lying. I don't know. This thing's been lying to me the whole time, right? So 29.40. We're looking at 29.40. We're going to have 10.51. Let's take those down. Let's get some pictures real quick, Billy, and then we'll talk about it in just a second here. You give them a rod, they can catch these things really quick. You give them just their two hands and they struggle a little bit. Billy's going to hold up a couple of these nice Don Pedro bass, and there they are, guys. Everybody give it up for these guys. They go out and do a great job, and they do this. This is not an easy job that these guys have chosen to do. For some people, it's just a sport. For Billy, you're out there. This is your livelihood. This is how you make all your money, right?
Absolutely not, and thank God, because I'd be broke. But it is. I do have a ton of fun, and it's all about my wife letting me come out here, because I put a lot of stress on the family and the business, and she takes care of everything while I'm gone. So I really appreciate her out there, and love you very much, Ton. Thanks to all my anglers. Thank you to all you people out here coming out here, just like in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And these people come out of the woodwork, and here you are. You know, we got a great audience. It's awesome. So thank you, appreciate you guys, and talk to you next time.
All right, Billy, thank you very much. We'll see you at our next event down at down at Lake Mojave. That'll be a great one down there. Our next angler coming out of Templeton, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Austin Bonjour. Now, Austin, 25 keepers, my friend. Not going to quite do it. But you have a chance. If you dropped 39.01 in that bag. Get ready, Austin. Let's see what the 39.01 is what we're looking for. He is so close. If we could just change some of these numbers around. 13.15. Good job. Let's take a couple pictures real quick, Austin. You may wonder how he got there. There were some mistakes made yesterday. Some little nice bass, right? They're absolutely beautiful. Any day of the week other than today, he would absolutely love to have those. Just going out and fishing and having fun. Everybody'd love to catch fish like that, right? I mean, that's how it is. Yesterday there was a couple issues, but you came back like a professional, came out here, give it your shot, did the best you could, and you're standing up here on this stage. Let's tell a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really fun week. Don Pedro is awesome. Never been here before, so like a lot of these guys, and what Billy just said, it is in the woodwork. So look at all these people. Where'd you guys come from? It's like I don't even know how far away it is from the next town, but I would love to come back here. I love catching spotted bass. It's one of my favorite things to do. You got to take the good with the bad this week. I came in a few seconds late yesterday. I should have 47 keepers and fighting for a top 10, but it's all good. Life's good. Get to go to the Cal Open and defend my title there in a couple days, and then get to go to Mojave and see you again. And everybody, the release team, I don't even know what your name is, but I'm going to have to get your name.
That's Mike, and he is our weighmaster new this year. Everybody, he took over the job from that man over there, or wherever he went now. Mark, he's come up here, he stepped up. He won't be here tomorrow, so we got to deal with Mark again. But you know what? Mike's doing a great job. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, I just thank you to Ed and Mark and everybody. You were mentioning earlier, it's hard what we do. It's hard what you guys do, trying to put up with 50, 60, however many guys we have here complaining all the time. We're good at that. And I just real quick want to say happy anniversary to my beautiful bride back home and my 2-year-old and my 1-year-old, River and Aurora. Hi, Daddy loves you. We'll see you in a couple days.
All right. Thank you very much, Austin. We will see you at Lake Mojave. Now, a few people have talked about this gentleman. He's out of El Dorado Hills, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Jim Vretzos. Jim, they have been talking about this Greater Bay Protective Services. You've stepped up this year. You've got into this industry just a little bit further. You're spreading love around. Yeah, you need 30-48 on that scale because 21 keepers ain't going to quite get you there. You have 10-32, which means you're not going to get there on the weight side either. But, hey, we're going to take some pictures right there. We're going to get some of that, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. All right, Jim, reach in that bag. He's going to hold up some beautiful Don Pedro bass. Is that for him? What is it? I don't know. We have beautiful job right there. Jim, step over here for just a second. Stand right here because we have some contingency programs, and you're going to get one of them right here. If I look at that right there, $100 from Ford Fairfield for coming out here and not making the cut. Good job, Jim. Wonderful contingency programs out there that we have. Ford Fairfield just dropped that one. You got to give that back to Mark. He'll give you a smaller check. Yes. Yeah, exactly. That one we're going to give to somebody else at the next event. But, hey, let's talk a little bit about what happened out there. You're a great angler. You come out here, all these guys are great anglers. It is tough. This is not an easy job. You go out there, you got to deal with all these fish not eaten. They don't read the same book as you know. What happened out there? And let's talk about what's going on and give some love to all the sponsors, man.
Yeah, yesterday was kind of a struggle. I caught only 8 scoreable. Today was a little better. Had 13 scoreable, I believe. I went out there trying to catch as many fish as possible today. Yesterday was kind of different, but that's what I did today. Again, it was a little better, but thanks to everybody being out here. Thanks to my wife and kids, Heidi, my wife, Macy and Katie. Thanks for everything, holding down the fort again for the business. And yeah, it goes a long way, but thanks to everybody here. It was awesome. Had a good time. Thanks to you guys as well.
All right, how about this whole Greater Bay Protective Services? Let's talk about that just a little bit because there have been some anglers stepping up and saying that you're doing some stuff for them. You're partnering up in here and you're being a part of this whole bass fishing world a little bit more.
Yeah, we sponsor a few guys. I think three guys and, of course, myself. And just like to help them out. A few of them have been close friends with me for a while. And, we just want to kind of give back to the anglers. And we provide private security services for all kinds of different companies, real estate companies, property management companies, commercial buildings, etc. So we like to get the name out, and we've been in business for quite a long time. So yeah, we're just trying to be a part of everything.
All right, Jim. Well, great job out there, man. I know you didn't end up where you wanted to end up. That $50,000 was right there, dude. It was right there. But that's all right. Off the left right here, and we'll see you out in Mojave, man. All right, as I look over here, I'm seeing all our anglers. They're getting ready. They want to weigh in. But first, I got to wait for a commercial break, and we're going to take that right now. All right, everybody. Thank
The news continues.
Right now, news moves fast, unlike anything we've seen before. So we have to be ready.
Ready to get it to you when it happens and with the smart context you need.
Dish customers can stream us live anytime, anywhere. With the Dish Anywhere app and the Fox News app, we're there.
With real news and real honest opinion, and it's all included in your Dish service, so you don't miss a moment.
With the Dish Anywhere app or the Fox News app, you can watch live breaking news anytime, anywhere.
Hey, Northern California bass anglers. Ready to elevate your fishing game? Ford Fairfield partners with Bass Angler Magazine to offer top-notch trucks tailored for your needs. Our simple pricing ensures a fair deal and exceptional service. We live and breathe bass fishing, participating in local tournaments to understand exactly what you need so you never miss a good bite. Visit Ford Fairfield today and let's hit the water together.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Bass Boat Technology BAM Super 60. We are here in beautiful Don Pedro. We are at this great lake right there, and we are sponsored by Tackle Warehouse and, of course, by the beautiful, beautiful resort and casino of the Chicken Ranch. They have come out and they've given us a great place to stay, and we'll be back there tonight, and we'll be back out here tomorrow for Super 60 Sunday. But right now, let's bring up out of Queen Creek, Arizona, Mr. Jamie Reuter. Come on up here, Jamie. That's what I want to hear. Everybody getting excited about Jamie. He's one of the men out there on this tour that's trying to do it, man. $50,000 is right there. You need 2773. 20 keepers ain't going to quite do it. 1392 ain't going to quite do it. Let's take some pictures and talk about what we got, Jamie. All right, man. Beautiful Don Pedro bass. I mean, I'd love to come down here and just fish this thing every once in a while. These fish are all looking great. All right, Mr. Reuter, you're not going to quite make the cut, so you're going to talk a little bit about some of the sponsors that get you up here, and, tell us what they did.
Yeah, first off, I want to thank Mark and the BAM team. Getting this trail together is amazing. Getting us a platform for $50,000 is nothing like it on the West Coast. So hats off to you guys. Appreciate it a lot. Sponsors, I'd like to thank GSM Outdoors, my title sponsor, Phoenix Water Restoration, and Yamamoto Baits.
All right, man. Anybody that supports you right here, right now? I mean, there was a lot of people to clap for you. What's going on out there?
Definitely my wife. She's my ride or die, and this year will be 29 years, so big thanks to her, and she lets me.
She's put up with you for 29 years, and you're a bass fisherman? That's just crazy.
Yeah, well, it's actually 30 years she's put up with me, but 29 of marriage, so pretty good.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming out, fish. We'll see you in Mojave. All right. Our next angler coming up out of Oakley, California. Everybody give it up for Mr. Nick Cloutier. Nick, come on up, man. All right, Nick, you have 22 keepers off the table. 1598 is what you're looking for. I'm looking at that bag right there. I'm looking at that face right there. All the confidence in the world that it's going to be 1598 in that bag. Let's see what we got right here. All right, man. Oh, look at that. When he pushes on it, it's really close. 962. That's right, man. You're just a little shy on both sides, which means that we're going to go ahead. I'm going to look at that real quick. I know I'm supposed to. He said, just ignore the weight next time, right? I'm not doing that anymore. I got it. You got something up there. I know you're not going to hold those ones up right now. It's okay. Let's talk a little bit about the guys, the people that get you here, how it is, and talk a little bit about what you did out there.
Yeah, I usually have a better day, too. I had a good day yesterday, so I was thinking, wow, if I had a good day yesterday, I'm having an extremely good day today. Not the case at all. It was a huge struggle. I don't know why I did what I did today. I should have just stuck with what I did yesterday. Instead, I tried to run all over the place and do new stuff, and it was a big mistake. I only caught 7 scorables and 9 pounds or whatever it was, and yeah, I dropped the ball big time, but I got to give a big shout out to all my sponsors that helped me get here. I appreciate you guys, and my wife at home, my son Braden and Nicholas. She's the one that keeps me up here. So, without her, I wouldn't be up here. Without my sponsors, I wouldn't be up here. So thanks to everyone. I appreciate it.
All right, Nick. Good job. We'll see you at Lake Mojave, man. There's always next time. Well, until there's just not. All right, I'm looking over here. We got a Spokane Valley, Washington angler. Came all the way down, Mr. Jake Boomer. Give it up for Jake, man. All right, Jake, 27 keepers. Not there. 2115 has to be in that bag. Tell him hold that thing down good, man. It looks like a good bag, but 2115, 1601. Let's take a couple pictures real quick. Then we'll talk about what just happened, Jake. All right, beautiful Don Pedro bass. There were 69 anglers yesterday. We're going down to that today. 69. We're going to be 10 tomorrow. There's a lot of fish being caught, and you know what? This thing's still holding out there. It's a great lake. Now, Jake, let's talk about what happened a little bit and give some love to the people out there to get you here.
Well, I won't take a lot of time. I really bombed yesterday, and I have a habit of doing that. So today I went out to catch as many keepers as I could and ended up catching a bigger bag. So I know that I don't know what I'm doing. So, but hey, God is good. My family got to come down with me. We're 16, 17 hours from home. Thank you, which makes all of this worth it. A bad day, good day. So, and the Super 60, probably the coolest thing to ever happen to the West Coast. Thank you, Mark Lassane, for putting up with all of us anglers, because I know how ornery we are. So, anyways, thanks again. See you next time.
All right, man. We'll see you at Mojave. Thank you, Jake. Great job out there. And thanks for bringing your family down to support everything. We need all the claps we can get, man. All right. Fraser Park, California, Mr. Dylan Smith. Come on up here, Dylan. All right, Dylan. 26 keepers means you're not going to have keepers. 1934 needs to be in that bag right there. You look at that smile right there. He's looking for 1934. When he pushes that down, it looks great. 1587, great move, man. It's a good job. Let's take a couple pictures and we'll talk about it. He had 1239 yesterday. He went 3 more pounds up, had 1587 today. He knew he was putting on a move. He needed to make a move, and he did a good job of trying to do that very much so with a 3-pound app coming back with. Now, let's talk about what happened out there and give some love to the people.
First off, I want to thank my parents for coming out here, as well as my girlfriend. They made a long trip to come and support me, so thank you to them. Liquid Molly, title sponsor for this year, huge shout out to them. Not only do they keep me on the water running strong, but they also keep me out here fishing. Today we just kept a Stealth 6 Lil Pete in my hand and covered as much water as we could. We were going after keeper count, and we had more weight than yesterday and a couple more keepers. So it was an improvement. We're going to go home, regroup, make a couple adjustments, and get ready for Mojave.
Well, Mojave ought to be a great event down there, and I hope we see you down. I'm glad we'll be seeing you down there, so thank you very much for fishing with us. We'll see you down there. Thanks, man. Good job out there. All right, our next angler coming out of Lakeport, California, Mr. Mark Crutcher. Coming up here, Mark. Now, Mark, the 21 keepers, man, means that's not on the table anymore. But you have a chance with 1745 in that bag. You'll be sitting up there nicely for the weight side. We're looking for 1745, everybody. 1428 today. Yesterday goes with 979 today. 979. Mark, let's take a couple pictures and we'll talk about it. All right, good job, man. At least you went out there. You got some fish today. Tougher day out there, obviously. Give some love to the people that support you to get you out here and tell you how it went.
All right, yeah, I want to thank Amelia Civil back home in Mendocino County. Put a really nice boat wrap on my boat, and Gamakatsu and Spro and everybody else that's helping out. And thank you guys, Mark, for doing it and all your hard work. Kind of a disappointing couple days for me. I had 3 really good opportunities. And I lost all 3. So it is what it is. We all got a fish story, but, keep my head high, go on to the next one.
All right, Mojave, we'll be waiting for you, man. We'll see you down there. All right, our next angler coming out of Escondido, California, Mr. Tom Lithium. Tom, welcome back up to the stage, man. Good to see you. 1622 yesterday. You need 1551 on the weight side. 35 keepers overall means they're not there for you. We're looking for 1551. 1303. 1303. Let's take a couple pictures and we'll talk about it. All right, here comes a nice Don Pedro bass. Went out there and caught some good fish. Not quite the weight he needed, but he was right there. He was about 2 pounds outside. 248 is what he would have needed more than that. So let's talk about a little bit about giving some love to the people back there to get you up here. It takes a lot of support to get here, man. And how'd you do?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I left it all out there. This format is so fun. It just gets you thinking all day long. Shout out to Last Chance Performance Marine and the team out there, Phoenix Boats as well. My wife, who's holding down the fort at home, her birthday's on the 1st on Tuesday, so happy birthday, babe.
All right, man. It's April Fool's on the 1st, right? All right. Well, good job. We'll see you at Mojave. Thank you very much. All right, our next angler coming out of Surprise, Arizona. Let's bring him up here, Mr. Conrad Demekis. Come on up here, Conrad. 19 keepers means keepers is out for you. You need 1941 in that bag.
So close.
So close. You're right. Now, Conrad, we're going to look down there. You need 1941. You're just a little shy. 1232. 1232. That's all right. Yesterday was, wait, is that right? You had 1232 2 days in a row. I mean, if you were in a casino right now, you'd be doubling down, right?
Where do you think we're going?
All right, pick those up. Let's get some pictures real quick. $24.64 overall. You need about 7 more pounds to make it up there.
See that one right there?
No eye?
There's no eye.
You were throwing a really flashy bait because he saw it with one eye. Now, Connor, let's talk about a little bit about the people that get you here and the sponsors are behind that.
Yeah, this is a really great week. This is a really beautiful fisher. I come from the desert where it's brown dirt and rocks, so it's cool to see some green. This place is a phenomenal fisher. I wish I was a little smarter and knew how to catch a few more, but that wasn't the case. Big thank you to my wife for holding down the fort, wrangling our almost 2-year-old, which is quite the task. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Mojave for sure. A little closer to home.
Little closer to home, and I will attest to he's a little bit of a handful right there. I love it, man. All right, Conrad, thank you very much, and we'll see you in Mojave. All right, our next angler coming out of Elk Grove, California. Let's bring him up here, everybody. Mr. Ken Ma. Ken, you had 12 keepers total. That means nothing.
Spare everybody numbers.
You need 29. 29, 42, 48 pound. No, he has a Ken Ma number 777. Head to the casino right now, my friend. Let's get over to the Chicken Ranch. You want to hold a couple of those up, get some pictures? You and Conrad better go together. I mean, he had the same weight twice in a row, and you're catching 777. Man, I can't tell you right now. I'd be having some quarters in that juke and those slot machines out there if I were you. Ken, let's talk about a little bit of it. Give support and how you did it.
Well, I had a tough weekend, obviously, and this field is going to show out all year. I mean, us going to 70 anglers, and it's not just 70 anglers. It's truly some of the best anglers and some of the biggest names that have ever come out of our region in our sport. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough road. Conrad and I were talking about that. You can't have any off days. You can't have an off hour with this group, and that's how it's going to be. I'm going to get off real quick. All the crowds out there, you spend your hard-earned money at places. What we ask is look up on this board. If you want to buy a side-by-side, a trailer, if you want to buy a truck, you want to buy a Ford, call Mark. You want to buy a Ram, a Jeep, a Chrysler, hit me up on social media. You helping us help our supporters is why they pay us to be here. So just consider that. If we can't make you the best deal, then buy it wherever you want to buy it. So, but do consider that. Last thing, I normally rent Airbnbs. At the Pro-Am, I went to Chicken Ranch. And I know Randy Pearson is heavily, and Brian Cogburn, Tisha Cogburn. That is an amazing property. Probably the nicest casino that I've ever been to in California. So if you haven't been there, go visit. Please patronize them. Tell them you saw them on BAM. I'm out.
All right, kid. Thanks for fishing. We'll see you in Mojave, man. Great job out there. All right. All the way down from Chester, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Mark Pilgrim. Mark, get on up here, man. Let's see this thing. All right, now, the 23 keepers means that's out. You need 2117 in that bag right there. Get ready. Let's get crazy, man. 2117. So close. If I could change that number, you'd be right there. 1240, 1240. Let's take a couple pictures right there, and we'll talk about it a little bit, Mark. All right, it was 2 pounds better than yesterday. You went out there, tried to get in there with some weight a little bit more. 877, you would have been really close. But you're a little out, man. Let's talk about how you got here. At least your wife isn't throwing things at you right now like you're a total disappointment, right? You're on the stage. She's up here. You did a great job out there. Let's talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, you know what? She's amazing. I gotta give her. Thank you. I got to give her praise for what she does. She's at every event, and it's cool because I see so many wives now, that are showing up with these guys, and I think it's awesome. It's a family thing, and it's we got to grow that, so that's cool. Got to say a huge thank you to Arch Oil, my new sponsor this year. Without them, I wouldn't be here. So GSM, Big Bite. It's I've been so fortunate this year and last year to gain the sponsorship that I have, and it's just been it's been incredible. So yeah, and the crowd's awesome. So yeah, give you guys round of applause for showing up. I mean, it's cool to see a crowd like this, and you know, just to be on the stage with this caliber of anglers. I mean, these guys sitting at the tanks right here. I mean, incredible anglers, and just to be able to fish with these guys is an honor.
Oh yeah, when you're like 12 years old, do you ever think you'd be fishing against the caliber of anglers like this?
You know what? I never. And the weird thing is, you know, I've been doing this for 30 years. I think I just aged myself. But
no one cares. Mark's older than that.
And you know, I've been waiting for this series to come my whole life. And like I said, to be a part of it and to have Mark, you know, Lassane, you know, step up and do this for us is huge. So thank you, Mark, and thank you to BAM.
All right, man. Great job, Mark. We will see you at the next event down in Mojave, man. Always good having you up here. Uh-oh. I'm looking down there right now, all the way from Arizona, Mesa to be specific, Mr. Marty Lawrence. Welcome on up, Marty. Good to see you, buddy. All right, man. Now, you had 21 keepers, so that's not going to help you at all. 2270 has to be in that bag. He knows it's in there. He says it's in there. Don't kick my scale. All right, 2270. We're going to have 977. You can't even go to the casino with a 977, right? Let's take a couple pictures real quick, Marty. Let's talk about it. That's all right. The next one you won't have to drive so far for. I guarantee you that one, Marty. I think we talked about that earlier. It's like a 12-minute drive from his house to Mojave. He's ready for that event. You leave the house in the morning, have your breakfast, get some coffee, head to the lake, and it's like 20 minutes, you said, or something?
25 minutes, probably.
25. I'm sorry. I totally underestimated the length that you have to go. You came all the way from Mesa, Arizona to here, but, you know, the extra 5 minutes, you're killing me over. I get it, Marty.
Yeah, see?
All right, man. Give some love to everybody out there that's, you know, supporting you to get you up here. And I know there's one lady here right now that supports you every time and does a great job.
Yeah, she supports me every time. She's right out there, my wife, but
she's the one wearing the jersey just like his with a very small dog.
And it's a good thing the painting business is lucrative because this ain't working. So no, it's fun out there right now, but you know. So, like I said.
All right, he's in for painting, and we're ready to go. Marty, all right, man, we will see you at the next event down there at Mojave, Red.
I can't thank a few people, though.
Oh, you can? Okay.
We would like to put a thank you out to GSM, Yamamoto, Dobbins, Triton Boats, Bass Pro Shops, Nitro Boats. Guess I still got one of them, too.
For a little while.
Yeah, and we got a couple of new partners that came in. So we got... I can't even think about it now.
All right. All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'll let you off the stage. You're doing a whole lot better than when you first started, though, man. All right. We'll get you going out there. Marty, head off to the left right here, and we will absolutely 100% see you at Mojave, man. Great job out there. All right. Melba, Idaho, is going to send me an angler. His name is Josh Pulfer. Come on up here, Josh. All right, man. Welcome back up to the stage, dude. Now, you have 25 keepers. Ain't helping. 2007 has to be in that bag. You had 1166 yesterday. Let's hope you put the move on it right now. Let's see how good of a move you put on. 2007, good move. 1433, good job. Let's take some pictures real quick. We'll talk a little bit about it. All right, he's going to reach in there. He's going to pull out some Don Pedro bass. Show those things off. Good job, man. Hey, they're great fish, man. You put a little bit more move on that. Went up to the 14 pounds. Added a little bit more than what you wanted. Were you going for keepers or were you going for weight?
You know, it's a new floor mat, so I was going for keepers today. I stumbled a little bit yesterday and figured some stuff out late today, and that's why they call it fishing, not catching. So I super excited for BAM and this whole organization. This is an awesome deal, and shout out to my wife, my family, and all my sponsors. If it wasn't for them, I couldn't be here. So thanks again for all you guys' efforts.
All right, man. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us. We'll see you at Mojave. Good job out there, man. All right, our next angler coming out of Kennewick, Washington, Mr. Ronald Mace. Come on up here, Ronald. All right, Ron, now 7 keepers, not helping, $18.99 in that bag. So you want to talk a little bit about the sponsors that help you out and all that right now? Because I'm looking at that bag. It looks like not many in there. 513 right there, man. Let's talk a little bit about who got you here. You want to take some pictures real quick? Let's get some pictures. Mark wants his pictures right there. He loves that social media game out there. He does a heck of a job putting out everybody. That's a great bag of fish right there. Now, 513 today, 1274 yesterday, 1787. Not going to quite get you there. Fifth place right now is still 1468. Zach's holding on right there. Now, let's talk a little bit about it. Give some love to the people that sponsor you and get you up on the stage.
Got to give love to my wife, J&S Tire, Apollo Mechanical, and Divine Boat Wraps. He went the extra mile. I didn't know anything about boat wraps. He got my jersey. They they take care of me, so I appreciate you.
All right, man. Thank you for fishing with them. We'll see you in Mojave, man. Great job out there. All right, Rogue River, Oregon's going to send us up a 2-time pro champion right here. Colby Pearson, welcome to the stage, man. 19 keepers is not going to help you, man. You need that bag to be 2096. You had to put a move on. You had 1077 yesterday. You need an additional 20 pounds on top of that. Put a good move on it, though. 1432. Let's take some pictures real quick, Colby, and we'll talk about it. It is getting tough out there. That leaderboard is not moving a lot, guys. Wow, beautiful fish, though. If you're going to go out there and you're going to go out with a bang, that's the one you want to go out with. All right, man. Let's talk about it. Back-to-back championship. Now you come to Pedro. Super 60 is here. That money's right there. Mark's giving out a lot of money, man. Are you excited, ready to go to Mojave now?
Oh, super excited. Love Lake Mojave. Can't wait to get down there. This lake here, Lake Don Pedro, I didn't really figure it out yesterday. Had a better day today. Really made up a lot of points. You're never going to be Angler of the Year if you fall too far off base here, so making up those points means a lot. We'll be working really hard the next couple events to make sure we have a shot again this year.
Do you think you can back-to-back Angler of the Year right after you back-to-back 2 wins?
I don't know if I'm I don't know about the win part, but if you don't think you can win, if you don't think you can get AOI or something like that, I mean, why bother showing up? We're getting better, fishing against guys who are extremely capable anglers, so this is the best guys in the West, in my opinion, and the weights show. This is a great fishery, great community, and can't wait to get down to the desert.
All right, man. Well, thank you for fishing with us. We'll see you at Mojave. Great job out there. All right, our next Scottsdale, Arizona angler coming all the way up here, Mr. Matt Thomas. Matt, come on up, man. All right, good to see you again. You need 2630 in there because that 5 keeper's right there. I don't know. Doesn't look like a 26-pound bag to me, though. Let's check it out. He's got 3.29, 3.29. But you know what? Colby just said it the best. You got to have those points. You got to go out there and do that. I don't think you want to hold that fish up and get a picture? Okay. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about the people that get you up here and how they sponsor you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, BAM, for putting on this event. I ran that Suzuki Law Office's boat all over this lake this weekend. Just didn't work out. Yesterday, missed a 5.5 pounder on a Westy worm, and that thing slung back through my face. Just kind of a slow weekend for me. Today, I had 41 fish. 2 of them were keepers. So all of them were under 14 inches. Wow. So it was a very humbling moment. Best of the West in this field. This is my first year of doing this format. So it's going to take some adjusting, but it's still no excuse. All these anglers showed out this weekend, and very, very humbling. Aside from that, Suzuki Law Offices really got me off the start this year. WestyWorms.com. If you ever need Westy Worms, they're great on the West Coast. They're coming out with some new and improved products this year. Coming out of Florida. Let's see, A&M Graphics. If you're ever in Arizona and you need a wrap on a vehicle, boat, or a commercial vehicle, they're your go-to. HMR Boat Carpet and Restoration. If you ever need carpet on your bass boat or refurbished bass boat, any wiring, graft mounts, anything like that, they'll hook you up there. And last but not least, Matt's Moving and Storage. They do custom move packages, whether it's in Florida, Tennessee, Arizona, California. You call Matt's Moving and Storage, and they'll get you hooked up. Other than that, very, very, very great weekend. Just humbling fishing. I've been fishing many years on a couple other tours, and this is by far one of the most humbling tournaments I've had in a long time. So.
Well, Mojave's coming up, so keep your head held high and get ready for that one, all right? Head right off there, man. We'll see you at the next event. Thank you very much. Blanchard, Idaho, we're going to bring up Mr. Carl Okerman. Carl, come on up here, man. All right, Carl. 27 keepers, not going to help. You need 1770 in there. That's not a horrible weight. You had 1403 yesterday. Let's see if you made that move. 1770. Just a little shy. 1546 though. Let's hold a couple of those up. Let's get some pictures. All right, look at that, man. Great fish right there. Look at the bellies on them. They're looking good. They're looking healthy. Don Pedro's putting out some good fish. Now, Carl, that means that you're not going to be there tomorrow. But you came out here. You did a great job. You caught a lot of fish. You did a good job of being out there. Which one were you shooting for today mostly?
I was going after weight. Yesterday I was trying to go after keepers. I was out here in January, and it's pretty eye-opening, pretty humbling, like the gentleman before said. In January, I found 3 humps out here, and you can catch 20 pounds off them in about 20 minutes. So the lake come up, I don't know, 20, 30 feet or something, and all those fish just moved off there. But it's an incredible lake out here. We come out, and girlfriend came down, and she just had snacks, and I just fished. She just watched. I was like, "You want to fish?" She goes, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." But no, I had a good time. I kind of thought that yesterday the keepers were going to be a lot less than what everybody was catching, so I switched it up and went after weight.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Next time, let's just go eat the snacks. Yeah. All right, man. Good job out there. We'll see you, Mojave. All right, this gentleman yesterday dropped a 1292 on the scales out of Greenacres, Washington, Mr. Sean Minderman. Come on up here, Sean. Everybody's expecting one bigger today. All right, man. 725 to make it on the weight side because 14 just isn't going to do it for keepers, man. 725 on that scale. Looks like a good bag right there. 725. He doubled that up. 1491, which means you're probably going to move on because I'm only seeing 5 guys back over there. Let's hold a couple of those up. That moves him into first place overall with 39.39. Beautiful job of going back out there and getting those fish. Now, tomorrow, everybody, just remember, it goes down to 10 boats. 5 on the keeper side, 5 on the weight side, but the weights go down to 0, so and none of this means anything tomorrow. Now, Sean, what happened to the 14-pounder we needed?
Yeah, I went to a different area today. I wanted to kind of expand on, on the lake a little bit, and it worked out. I found some more fish. It was a great day. I stopped. I caught them till about 1 o'clock, and then I just stopped and got on my trolling motor and just went pre-fishing for tomorrow.
All right, man. Well, you're going to be here tomorrow, I have a feeling, because you got 39.39 right there. Only 4 spots to drop down. Gives you 5th place. So, 39.39 is looking pretty solid. You're in 1st place overall right now. But we still have 5 anglers over there, and they'd love to knock you off just because they're mean like that, right? All right, dude. We will see you probably tomorrow. Head off the left right there. Auburn, California is going to send us an angler named Ryan Hall. Ryan, come on up here, man. 31 keepers. 23.33 needs to be in that bag. Ryan, as a Delta rat, you need 23. Did you bring any fish from the Delta?
No, I had all spotted bass both days.
23.33. Hey, good move, though. 12.34. Let's take a couple pictures real quick. That gives him 22.66 overall. Sean Minderman just moves Zach Thompson out of the top 5. Tyler Madden sitting on the bubble now with 33.64. Ryan, good job out there. Let's talk a little bit about some of the sponsors that get you here. And, you're not going to be here tomorrow, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a fun week. I gambled yesterday trying to find a big bag.
At the casino?
No, definitely not. I do that fishing. Took a gamble yesterday and just couldn't correct it till about 1 o'clock. Found a little something in the afternoon and just rode with that all day today. Finesse fishing for numbers because I wasn't going to make up the weight difference. Not my favorite thing to do, but it gave me an opportunity to really get familiar with all my G finesse stuff from Gamakatsu. So that was fun. But other than that, big thank you, PK Tire Pros, Optimum Athletes, Loyalty Pond, BioEno Marine, and all the other great companies, because without them, I wouldn't be here. So,
all right, Ryan. Well, good job out there. If nothing else, we'll see you at Lake Mojave, man. Good job. All right. Oroville, California is going to send us up Mr. Alex Klein. Alex, welcome back up, man. All right, you got 33 keepers. That's off the table. You need 1857 in that bag to move on tomorrow. To keep those dreams alive. 1857, 1272, 1272. Let's take a couple pictures real quick. All right, great job. They go out, they work hard, they catch what they can catch, and you know what? It was just one of those days, right, Alex? Let's talk a little bit about who gets you up here, and give some love.
So first off, I got to thank my family watching back home. They're my biggest supporters. And then, it was just a fun time out here fishing. About halfway through the day, I figured I got to go for keepers. I made a change at around noon, and I think I just made the change a little too late. But it was a fun event overall. I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, man. We will see you at Lake Mojave. Thank you for fishing with us. We appreciate it. Great job out there. Whew. And then there were 3, and they're down there right now, and I'm seeing them. You're going to have to just step to one side because I need that gentleman right there out of Phoenix, Arizona. Let's bring up Mr. Cameron Carver. Cameron, come on up, dude. I know that means something, and it's the wrong day, though, my friend. It's the wrong day. Now, you need 1786 in that bag. 16 keepers don't mean nothing right now. 1786. Good move. 1310. But you know what? I'll hold this for a second. You take some pictures real quick, and then I'm going to let you do this thing that I love watching you do so much. All right, great job. Good fish right there out of Don Pedro. Cameron, here's the mic. Tell them what you're going to do with that one, and you do your thing, dude.
All right, so Owens Corning is a good sponsor of mine. Every event, I give away a Pink Panther to one of the kids that's in the crowd. So I'm scanning right now for somebody. Can I get? How about this little lady right here in the black? Come on up.
The one running up to get that
the
right
one,
there.
that's the one.
Come on up. That's right. She's gonna be on the stage.
All right.
There you go.
This is for you. Yeah, that's just awesome. Owens Corning is a great company. They make some of the finest building products in the world. I want to thank MacArthur. I want to thank MacArthur Building Materials. They're a good representative of Owens Corning products. Also, good folks there. I want to thank KMI. I want to thank Dynamic Fabrication. Those guys keep me on the road and keep me doing what I do. So.
All right, Cameron. Now, how much closer is the next event than this one?
Oh, it's quite a bit closer. I think I'm 3 hours and 30 minutes to Mojave from my house, and it was about 10 hours to get here.
I think Marty's still leading it with 25 minutes.
Yeah, I think he's got us all beat on that one.
All right, man, this is his to play, but I know you're going to be glad being down there in that part of town, doing some more business down in your neck of the woods down there. The desert is waiting, dude, and we'll see you down there at Mojave.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Cameron. Great angler right there. Good job out on the water. We're down to 2 Oakley, California is going to send us up. Mr. Scott Head, come on up here, Scott. All right, Scott. Now let's see. 7 keepers. It's off the table. $23.96 in that bag.
It's in there.
Where? It's not in there. $152. Hey, you went out there, you caught what you could catch. That's all right, man. You want to hold that up to get a picture? He says no. That's all right, everybody. You can just guess what a 152 looks like. All right, let's give some love to the people back home there. Get you up here and, talk about it a little bit.
Absolutely. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my wife. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday. Everybody sing right now. Let's go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kimberly. Happy birthday to you.
That's right. There you go. I will do those kind of things. All right, let's talk about a little bit of what happened out there today and, give some love to everybody else.
Man, it was brutal. Definitely humbling. Great, tough fishery for me. I haven't been fishing for a while. I've been kind of on the back burner for quite a while, and took a lot of people and a lot of help to get me here. And I'm thankful for all those people and all the opportunities. And my sponsors, 5 Exxons, Duchenne's Awareness Disease, nonprofit charity, Hardcore Waterfowl, IROD. The list goes on. There's so many sponsors. Everybody, thank you so much. I just couldn't do it without you and all the support of my family and friends, all the texts and calls. Everybody, thank you. Just happy to be here and looking forward to the next one.
All right, Mojave awaits you, my friend. Good job out there. We will see you at the next one. Have fun making her birthday a great one. And they're down to the last angler. And he's no slouch. He has won one of our Pro-Am events. Just not this one. All right, Paso Robles, California, Mr. Wyatt DeBus. Come on up here, Wyatt. 22 keepers, not on the table for you. But he needs $24.55 in that bag. Let's look it over good, Wyatt. What do you think? 24. When you were bringing that up, did it look like it was $24.55? Not even. Look at, he's holding it down. It was looking, hey, good move, though. $11.44. Let's hold a couple of them up. Let's get some pictures. Everybody, these anglers have gone out there. They've done some work, and we have got our top 10 coming up. But we're going to talk to Wyatt in just a second about how he did out there. He's going to give some love to the people that support him. All of you for coming out. That's the support we're all asking for. But he has some people on his shirt that he needs to give love to. Wyatt, talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a long day, and there's a lot of anxious people, so be short and sweet. Thanks to Hope Family Y and the rest of the sponsors for making this possible, and the wife and family.
All right, man, Wyatt, great job out there. We'll see you in Mojave, man. All right, that's it. I'm looking over. I got nobody to my right. That means there's nobody at the scales. They are closed. Our top 5 on weight. I'm going to say it. It's going to be unofficial because when I say it, it doesn't mean everything exactly. There might be some tweaks. But right now, 5th place, Tyler Madden with 33.64. Bryant Smith with 33.82. Dylan Maxon, 34.57. Jake Arbuckle, 34.87. And Sean Minderman holding on to that number 1 spot with 39.39 on the keeper side. 5th place, Dylan Maxon. So that means right there, there's already a little bit of a double qualifier. Ty Monterola coming in with 46 keepers overall. Cameron Black with 46 keepers all. Randy Maccabee with 51. And Greg Gutierrez holding on to that number 1 spot with 56 keepers. Stick around. Find out who the official top 10 will be. But for right now, we are closed out here at Don Pedro. Tomorrow, come on back because it is Super 60 Sunday. It's Championship Day.
Bass Angler Magazine brings you more. If you want to learn the latest techniques, win your next bass tournament, or simply catch more bass, then Bass Angler Magazine is for you. From California to Florida, finesse to frogging, Bass Angler Magazine is jam-packed with how-to information from the world's best pros. Published every season, Bass Angler Magazine is crammed with fresh new articles designed to help anglers of all levels learn more and catch more bass. Sign up at bassanglermag.com today. Bass Angler is also available at Tackle Warehouse, Bass Pro, Cabela's, or for your mobile device at the Apple newsstand.
The newest addition to the Basscat STS family is here. Introducing the Caracal STS, showcasing aggressive styling, paired with enhanced performance and a continued dedication to raising the bar. Measuring in at 20 feet 2 inches with an ultra-wide 96-inch beam and rated for a 250 to 300 horsepower engine, the Caracal STS boasts agility and speed and is finished with premium features to satisfy any angler. Basscat Boats. Feel the rush.
Randall and I want to talk to you real quick about choosing the right electronics mount for your bass boat.
And we know the quality and effort that Van Foster has put into this company.
So what you get is a custom fitted mount, not some mass produced universal mount for every bass boat out there.
Seat pedestal plugs, tool holders, steering wheel spacers, and battery trays are all made with the same attention to detail that Bass Boat Technologies is known for. Check them out at bassboattech.com. You'll be glad you did.
Tackle Warehouse has been the premier online tackle shop since 2003, with a huge selection of not only the latest and greatest from the biggest brands, but the hard-to-find regional specialties as well. Tackle Warehouse. Click, save, fish.